And here we go yet again. Season on the line game. Second night in a row we've had one of these. Now the Philadelphia 76ers fell very short of coming back and actually being able to be competitive in that series as they go down 3-0, which is essentially a death sentence in the NBA. Here tonight we had the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Pistons in Cleveland. Same situation as last night. Can Cleveland actually be able to be in this series, get a victory here, get this to 2-1, and actually not be in the NBA death sentence conversations? If this goes 3-0, series is essentially over. Both New York and Detroit on a crash course against each other. Here we go. Let's see how it plays out. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are back yet again in the building here. Afternoon game, not really a matinee game. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Terrible start time for a basketball game, especially a playoff game of this magnitude. This is a huge basketball game here in this series. Obviously, like I said, if the Cleveland Cavaliers go down here today for the first time at home during this playoffs, by the way, they went 4-0 in their series at home against the Toronto Raptors. And they didn't win a road game. And obviously they lost the first 2 road games in Detroit to start this series. So they're 4-0 at home, 0-5 on the road for the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's looking rough for this Cavs team, but obviously they do indeed play better at home. To this degree is a little crazy. But like I said, it's looking like New York and Detroit have a crash course of destiny here to meet in the conference finals. And boy, oh boy, would Detroit absolutely love that. Now, I will say, Cleveland is significantly deeper than Philly, should be a better team than Philadelphia, but Detroit is just a really tough matchup for them, considering, and we will get to him, James Harden having absolute nightmares having to go up against and be guarded by All-Star Thompson and Ron Holland, and literally anybody else in this series. It's just been a horrific outing here for James Harden. Even if Cade gets switched onto him, heck, even if like a Danis Jenkins gets switched onto him, none of it has absolutely mattered one bit. Ian Parkins is up in. All fruits ripe with our Knicks. Bring out the broom? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. CEO King, what's up, CEO King? Pistons sweep Cleveland. I mean, they're in prime position to do so. They have, I don't want to say dominated, but they have, because the games were pretty close down the stretch, and Cleveland couldn't make the plays down the stretch that Detroit was able to. But Detroit has handled this series. They have controlled this series from start to finish. The games haven't been blowouts, unlike the Knicks games over Philly. But like I said, I do think Cleveland is a tougher matchup overall than Philadelphia is, because Philadelphia just doesn't have the horses to run this deep into the playoffs. But boss play, what's up, boss? Detroit basketball, what's good, Detroit basketball? We'll see here tonight. We'll see if Cleveland can actually make the East somewhat interesting, threaten this Pistons team at all, right? I mean, the Pistons not being able to put up anywhere close to the fight that the Orlando Magic team did, even down Franz Wagner, is looking rough for this Cleveland core here. It's looking mighty rough. So, Joseph, what's up, Joseph? DSA, what's up, DSA? Let's go Pistons. Here we go. Here we go. We go run through this real quick. As a matter of fact, what I didn't do, and we could throw it in here, we could start with our bingo card here tonight, because again, we're deep into the playoffs now. We know what both of these teams have. We know what they're bringing here. Ian Parkins said, I predict Cleveland will win 2 at home. I mean, I hope so, just to make the series interesting. I think Detroit will pull this one out, but I hope they can win 2 at home just to make it interesting. Just make it interesting, Cleveland. That's all we're asking for. That's all I'm asking for, at least. So I do want to put this in there, and then we could do this. Ian Trapped in the 90s. What's up, Trapped? Still watching that Embiid posted by Mitchie on repeat? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have certainly contributed my fair share of views to whatever that count is up to now. But if we go over the bingo card real quick, Just run right through it. We have a logo 3. Strus 10 points and 2 threes. I feel like this is actually a huge bingo spot. And my guy, Niall Dimitri, with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, Niall. Look at my boy. Appreciate you, Niall Dimitri. He said, did you see Mitchell Robinson make Embiid look like a little baby? The anguish on Embiid's face when he got posterized by Mitch. Yeah, he was in anguish. That's a good word to use for it. He was pained, he was in anguish, he was maybe annoyed and frustrated at his own body's inability to actually rise up and contest anymore. Maybe annoyed at the fact that he's getting put on a poster in that moment. I don't know, but he was definitely, anguish is definitely a good word to use for that. Appreciate you, Niall, appreciate you. We take a look here, we got the logo 3, obviously, a lot of the things that we see on every bingo card, a lot of the normal basketball props we see. But as far as the individual game props, it's most of the similar things we saw in games 1 and 2 that we covered. But if we look here, we have Strus for 10 points and 2 threes. We've had this before, and actually, as the series is going on, I feel like this is a huge, huge bingo spot for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and possibly seeing the success of this Cavs team against the Pistons, because they need guys to step up, and Strus is one of their more reliable role players. I actually think it might benefit them to go ahead and throw him in the starting lineup at this point, bring Dean Wade off the bench. Now, he has been struggling with foul issues, so maybe it is better to bring him off the bench, but I think either way, you're going to have to lean on him a little bit more here and hope that he stays out of this foul trouble. Crazy, what's up, Crazy? So we have Strus for 10 points and 2 threes. One of the cooler props we have where we're introducing both made threes and also points to the equation. We have Mobley for 3 stocks. Mobley's going to have to dominate defensively here for Cleveland have a chance to win this basketball game, so we throw Mobley 3 stocks up in here. A double-double, of course. Harris for 15. Now, this is actually, it feels like we got to update this to 20, because I feel like it's been 4 games now, 4 games in a row, where Tobias Harris has gone off for over 20 points in each of them. Really, really incredible stretch run here for Tobias Harris, who obviously is shedding the demons and the reputations of being a playoff dropper. He has absolutely been phenomenal these past postseasons, 2 postseasons now. These past 3 postseason series, obviously they lost in round 1 to the Knicks last year, and he was good in that series. And then he was really good against the Orlando Magic in the last series, and excellent so far through the first 2 games against the Cleveland Cavaliers in this series. So we have Harris up here for 15 points. We'll see how this continues to go. I feel like 15 points is a really solid benchmarker for Tobias Harris, especially during the playoffs here. But again, if he keeps playing the way that he's playing, we might need to update that. Successful challenge as always. Cade for 30. Superstar is always viable to go off, so we're going to put the superstars over on 30. So Cade for 30, a goaltend, a shot clock violation. Jared Allen, 15 and 8. I feel like this is not a huge ask for Jared Allen. Stay out of foul trouble, stay on the court. Hopefully they lean into playing him more often, because I definitely would prefer Jared Allen out there over Evan Mobley, even though Evan Mobley's defense has been really solid. I just think he's been way too passive. I don't like the way I see Evan Mobley playing in this series. I'm going to be fully honest about that. I think Evan Mobley has been flat out bad. He's been roughed, pushed around. I mean, they were showing a highlight previously where he went to go look to post up. Danish Jenkins didn't seal on them all. Danish Jenkins just ran around them and got the steal on the entry pass. And then Evan Mobley was looking at the passer like, what are you doing? And the passer's looking at Evan Mobley like, bro, get position. You're the big man calling for the ball. That's not on me. That's on you. So I don't like the passivity and the softness that Evan Mobley brings to the game. I don't like it at all. Joseph Taylor, what's up, Joseph? And my other guy, Joseph. We got Joseph Taylor and regular Joseph. Appreciate you guys. Cleveland Cavs fans in the building. We got this? I hope so. I hope Joseph Taylor. I hope so. Harris for 15 points, successful challenge, Cade for 30, goaltend. Shot clock violation. Allen for 15. That's where we were at. And Jared Allen is just better. He has been better. He's been playing better throughout the playoffs than Evan Mobley. I just don't really trust Evan Mobley. If there's any of the 2 big men, because they clearly don't love playing the 2 big men together, if there's any of the 2 big men that I would lean on more than the other, I'm not saying, bench Mobley for good, but definitely lean more towards Jared Allen in this situation. Niall Dimitri, what's up, Niall? Appreciate your generosity, brother. He said, please show the Mitch dunking on Embiid. We got a different game to cover here. Nah, we got a different game to cover here. We got Detroit versus Cleveland. This is what we're locked into right now. We have Thompson for 3 stocks, which now we get to a Pistons key area of game. Obviously, All-Star Thompson is very incredible defensively. And if he can lock in defensively, as he has been all playoffs long, all regular season long, he's been incredible, and start racking up the stocks against usually James Harden in his matchup, but even if he gets switched onto Donovan Mitchell, it is going to be incredibly important for All-Star Thompson to lock in defensively. And obviously, stocks, blocks, and steals aren't the only way to measure a player's defensive impact. But I do feel like when All-Star Thompson's getting those steals and getting them out and running, or getting blocks, or causing changes of possessions by either blocking or rebounding. Why is this? What are we doing? What are we doing here? Put the game on. Oh my goodness, NBC, what are you doing? All right, we're gonna have to find the game over on NBC. I guess we could put it on Peacock, but it's right here. There we go. There we go. Make sure we have it up so we can go right into it. If All-Star Thompson's dominating and getting these stoppages in play and getting these changes of possession, getting out and running, it is a huge, huge deal for this Pistons team that can sometimes meander and struggle in the half court offensively. And if Thompson can get these changes of possession and get out and running going the other way, it could help generate easy offense. Corpex, what's up, Corp? The Harden box should be the beard shows up. Everyone knows he will vanish today. We'll see, brother. We'll see. We'll see. Joseph said the Cavs might play a lot better since they are home, but the Pistons will still give them a run for their money. Yeah, I don't expect this to be a blowout by any degree. And I'm hoping the Cavs could win. I'm more confident in the Pistons actually beating the Cavs here at home. They're just a much better team than the Toronto Raptors, and I think they'll find a way to pull one of these off. Now, I said, you got to admit it, that was embarrassing if you're a 76ers fan. Yeah, man, it's a poster, brother. It's a poster. 4-point play as always. Mitchell for 30. Obviously, they're going to need their superstars to step up. So Donovan Mitchell for 30. We also have Harden for 25 down here. Those two guys, they're going to need to step up. Both of them have not been great. Mitchell was good the previous game, but good is not going to get it done, obviously. It's got to be great. It's got to be great. TT in the morning. What's up, TT in the morning? Mr. Nixon. What's up, Mr. Nixon? Muhammad. What's up, Muhammad? Mr. Nixon, Pistons looking good to get to the conference finals. I mean, they're up 2-0. Even if they lose today, they're still in prime position to get there. I was saying at the start, the Pistons and the Knicks looking like it's going to be a crash course to the conference finals. Mohammed said, Mobley is a weak big man. Pistons winning in 6. I'll take Pistons winning in 6. Extend that series. Allow the Knicks to sweep the 76ers. Get OG Anunoby a little bit more rest. And if the Cavs can push the Pistons to 6, I'll take it any day of the week. Yes, sir. Abigail, what's up, Abigail? Ahmed, what's up, Ahmed? Niall said Pistons looking for revenge. Yes, indeed. Yeah, in the next round, if they have to, well, they will be facing the Knicks because the Knicks are up 3-0 now, which is the death sentence in the NBA. So, yeah, they're going to be looking for some revenge, man. They've been looking forward to it all season, and that's part of the reason they killed the Knicks in the regular season. But the playoffs are different. It's going to be a tough series, man. It's going to be a tough series. That's going minimum 6 games. It's going to be fun. Joseph said Pistons were a better matchup for us last year than the Celtics. I disagree. I've never believed in this Cavs team ever at all, not once ever. I just don't like their collection of players. And now you add James Harden. I would have preferred Garland, but now and I understand why they did it. That doesn't mean I agree with it though. But now you throw James Harden to the mix. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. Joseph Taylor said, Sheffy, stop hating on my Cavs because your Knicks are up. I'm not hating on them, brother. I'm actually rooting for you guys. But it's not looking good. Super Morty, man. What's up, Morty? Mr. Nixon said, as a Knicks fan, I want the series to go 7. Yeah, I do too. Joseph said, I forgot to tell you today's my birthday. I'm big 21 now. Yes, sir, Joseph. Yes, sir. Congratulations. Happy birthday to you, brother. Where were we? We talked about Mitchell for 30. Very important for him to go off here today. You need your stars to show up. Duren, speaking of stars showing up, Duren has yet to have a 20-point playoff game here. Is today the day? Jalen Duren, you do have Mobley, you do have Jared Allen down low. You know, soft guys, soft big men here for the Cavs. Can you dominate? I mean, they've continued some excellent defense against you. So, you know, I will say, though, he's been far more effective in this series than he was in the Orlando series. So points aren't everything. They aren't always going to tell you the impact of a player. But we still got Duren up here. I thought about maybe lowering it to 15 for Jalen Duren. And I was like, no, he's an all-star. He's the second star of the team. I can't go lower than 20. 20 is as low as I could go. And I know he averaged around 20, so 15 probably is a fair number still, especially for the playoffs and the drop that he's had in his scoring. But I still got to go with Duren for 20 here in the playoffs. Your stars got to show up and be stars, man. We had Sam Merrill here for 3 threes, but Sam Merrill was out with a hamstring injury, so that's unfortunate. But I actually think Tyson is a better matchup for this Pistons team anyway. Just a bigger, stronger wing, a more impactful defensive player. He's not as good of a shooter, especially off movement and off the catch, and especially with as contested threes go. He's not as good of a shooter as Sam Merrill is, but he did shoot over 45%. Or over, definitely way over 40% from three-point range throughout the regular season. So they're going to need him to knock down some threes. He hasn't hit one yet in this series, and even the ones that he shot haven't looked good. So Tyson for 10 points, whether it's attacking the basket, mid-range shots, floaters, layups, whatever, free throws, or threes, you got to get contributions off the bench. You're gonna have to get contributions all around. So we have Tyson for 10 points there. Harden for 25. We talked a little bit about the stars gonna have to show up and be stars, and Harden obviously doesn't have a history of showing up in the playoffs. But if the Cavs want to pull up this comeback victory against the Pistons, it's gonna have to be off of the back of Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, and their core four overall, Mobley and Allen, contributing as well. Usual things: travel, jump ball, any player for 3 blocks, and a triple-double round out the rest of our bingo card here. Kanyon Pepper said, now the Knicks can't start the next series until everyone else is done. They get the rest regardless. No, it's not until the entirety of the second round is done, I don't think, right? I don't know how that works entirely, but you might be right, Kanyon Pepper. You might be right. I'm pretty sure, though, it'll start sooner if both teams end their series earlier than not. Lano Motos will double on it, but they will definitely wait a bit so that the West games can catch up. And if Minnesota and the Spurs end up going 6 or 7 games, might be waiting a little bit. We might be waiting a little bit because I know they want to go back and forth between the conference finals games where we have 1 game a night, and that'll be it. And then before we get to the finals, and then it's like 1 game every other day, and we won't be seeing each other every day. That's why we're trying to go live every single day to cover all of these games, as many games as possible, because there's going to be a time, man. There's going to be a time. But we won't have any games to cover. We won't have any reason to go live. Now, of course, we'll go live for things like the draft. We'll be live for things like Summer League and whatnot. But outside of those things, we're waiting till preseason to come back live for our NBA coverage, man. But that's going to wrap up our bingo card there. We are a couple minutes away from tip-off. Again, we don't have to go through the player graphics. I do like putting them up here because I did work hard on these. But shout out both sides. It should be a fun one. These teams have matched up pretty well through the first 2 games. Obviously, the Pistons have held the advantage. They, taking the 2-0 lead, held the advantage. They're just a bigger, stronger, more physical team than Cleveland, and that is definitely one of Cleveland's weaknesses. And Detroit is primed and perfectly situated to take full advantage of the weakness that the Cavs have. So I'm looking forward to it. Shout out all the player graphics. Shout out to me for making the player graphics. Abigail said, whose team do you want to win, Sheffy? I probably want Cleveland to win, just not because it matters to me in terms of who the Knicks play in the second round. It is what it is. But I mostly want Cleveland to win because I want a fun, entertaining series. And the Knicks versus 76ers, as much as it is fun for me as a Knicks fan to watch those games, it's not a super entertaining series. The Knicks have dominated that series from start to finish. So I'm hoping that this series here in the East will give us something to root for and something to watch longevity-wise, and then obviously out in the West. We will be covering our first Lakers versus Thunder game later tonight, 8 o'clock start time, so we'll be live 7:45. So we're going to do the doubleheader today. We're going to cover both of those games. Hopefully that one's also fun. The Lakers will be at home, game 3. Hopefully they can sneak one away in that one and not go down 0-3 as well, the way I expect them to, but I hope not. Suns Jen, what's up, Suns Jen? S2 Mar, what's up, S2 Mar? All right, let's make sure we also pull up our bingo card so we can edit it as the night goes on. We're getting ready for tip-off, so let's go ahead and situate ourselves here. Boom, boom, and boom. We could also bring this over here. And are we still going through player introductions? All right, I guess we're not ready for tip-off yet. Corey Skeets, happy Mother's Day this weekend. Absolutely, absolutely. Call your moms, absolutely, Corey. Call your moms, everybody. Call your mom. Let them know. Let them know. Mother's Day is tomorrow, right? Shantae Thompson, what's up, Shantae? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So we are at home, or I say we. The Cavs are at home here today. I say we because they're introducing them now. The Cavs are at home here today They've been undefeated at home. We talked a little bit about this. Undefeated at home, winless on the road throughout this playoff run so far. Same starting lineup. Dean Wade is in there with the core four. I don't love the Dean Wade. I don't love Dean Wade in the starting lineup. I think Dean Wade could probably fill in as a power forward, but and I would utilize him off the bench. But I understand why he's in the starting lineup. He's a solid defender. Probably their best matchup for Cade overall in terms of size and physicality. You can match up with him, but man. Shantae Thompson said, "You're my favorite guy to call the game." Appreciate you, Shantae. I'll try. Jason, what's up, Jason? Joe said, I'm good, honestly, but I'll tell my honored grandmother, though. Another conversation going on in the chat. My bad. Jumped right in the middle of it. Shout out my guy, Joseph. So Cleveland is slightly favored here. They're minus 5.5. And if we go to the weird, I don't even know what the formula is for this matchup predictor, though. Detroit, slightly favored, 56% to 44% for the Cleveland Cavaliers here. They're pretty even. They played both these games so far pretty close and pretty evenly. But again, Cleveland could get the home court advantage bump, especially when you're role players. Your role players play much better at home. We saw Dennis Jenkins go off in Detroit. We'll see if he has that same kind of impact here today. He's going to be another huge contributor for this Pistons team. Teeth in the morning said, "I expect the Cavs to play better today. Want to see if the pressure. I want to see if they pressure the Pistons today." I also expect the Cavs to play much better today. Again, at home, role players tend to play much better at home. So I'm definitely looking to see guys like Max Strus, Jalen Tyson, Dean Wade show up and play well. You got to have the expectation that your stars are going to show up. You always just have to have that expectation. But we'll see. We know James Harden is a dropper. We know Donovan Mitchell can go ice cold and disappear. But we will see. We will see. Frank, what's up, Frank? Let's be real, the Knicks played nobody in these playoffs yet. Easiest pass so far? Sure, brother. When everybody was saying that the Hawks were the best upset pick in the first round, and then everybody suddenly started picking the 76ers to beat the Knicks in the second round because they beat the Celtics, who everybody had beating the Knicks in the second round anyway, but they didn't make it to the second round, and the Knicks dominated both of those series. But sure, they haven't played anybody. How about the 1 seed playing the 8 seed and then going down 3-1? That's just matchup, though, right? Just matchup. Here we go. Just because the Knicks made them look like they weren't competition doesn't mean that they weren't competition. The Pistons win the tip. Cade Cunningham will bring it down. Here we go. I'm ready to go. I hope you guys are ready to go. Cunningham up top being guarded by Wade. Wade's done an okay job on Cade Cunningham. Obviously, Cunningham has still dominated this series. He's driving to his right, pulls it back to his left. Gets caught in the air, leaves it off for Robinson. He's going to put up the 3 over Harden. Got it to go. And Duncan Robinson does not care that James Harden's in the vicinity. Doesn't care. He's rising up and shooting. He had a miserable shooting series against the Orlando Magic. And that's because the Magic just pressured him and denied him the ball. James Harden is very easily just giving him the hand on the ball. As Cade Cunningham picks the pocket of Mobley, they get over to Thompson down the lane against Mobley. Can't get the wild lefty layup to go. Cunningham's tip won't go in. Mitchell the rebound, quickly pushing the other way. Donovan Mitchell, full head of steam to the basket. Scoop layup with the right hand, got it to go from Mitchell. And it's 3-2. They are wearing their classic alternate jerseys here, the Cleveland Cavaliers. The old school, late 2000s LeBron James jerseys to get it over to Durn, rolling to the rim, got the layup to go. Beautiful pass from Cunningham. And once you start giving up that pick and roll because you're a little more concerned about Cade Cunningham now killing you offensively, that's not necessarily the game plan. You want Cade Cunningham being a scorer, not a passer. You don't want Jalen Durn involved. Harden with the step back 3. Harden got it to go down. Could it be a James Harden game? They definitely need somebody to step up. Say my username. What's up, username? So just like the Knicks made them look like they weren't competition doesn't mean they weren't competition. Absolute partnership. It's true. It's true. Tobias Harris up top being guarded by Mobley. He's going to attack that matchup, throw a tough floater over him, throws up an air ball. Thompson the offensive rebound. They swing it out. Cunningham an open three off the offensive rebound, and he splashes in nothing but net. That's definitely, I don't know if that's intentional or if that was off a switch that Mobley was guarding Harris, but it's definitely a switch that I would make. I'd put Mobley on Harris as well. I'd put Mobley on Cunningham, obviously. Wade gets caught in the paint, throws it away, picked off by Robinson. Cade Cunningham, bump Euro down the lane, can't get the scoop layup to go. And a late foul call is called. Donovan Mitchell walking towards his bench saying to challenge it. It is early in this first quarter. Don't know if I'd necessarily want to challenge in this spot. Christian Conway, what's up, Chris? Good afternoon to everyone from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. September up. What's up, September? Can I get a shout out? Yes, sir, brother. They elect not to challenge. Smart decision, I think. Cunningham knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Scoreboard said, hope all is well. Drop by to get you a like. Appreciate you, Scoreboard. Hope you have a good time. Hope you have a good weekend. Cunningham misses the second free throw. Splits the pair. Mobley up top being guarded by Harris. Mobley dancing with it, coming to his left, down the lane, in the paint, shoves it over to Jared Allen. Layup, can't get it to go. Nope. It's not a foul. The whistle was blown. I thought it was a foul. It is not a foul. They say Jared Allen was out of bounds when he caught the ball, trying to tiptoe along that baseline for the reverse layup. It's going to go back to the Pistons here. Not a great start for Cleveland, and a pretty solid start for Detroit. Comes Cunningham, bringing it down. He has it up top. Cunningham crossing over to his left. Mitchell's going to pick him up. Cunningham in the post, driving it down. Pump fake, low fall-away jumper in the paint. Mobley knocked the ball loose, but gets right over to Tobias Harris, who goes all the way to the rim for the easy finger roll layup. As Cleveland's all turned around defensively right now. They are far too concerned with Cade Cunningham scoring the basketball. Make him a scorer, not a passer. And it's forcing your defense to scramble all over the court. They try to get it to Wade, gets knocked out of his hands by Duncan Robinson, just way too passive here from the Cleveland Cavaliers, just really lackadaisical. Is this the playoffs or not? As Donovan Mitchell picks up his second foul, fouling Duncan Robinson. And I don't know, man. This is looking like it might be curtained early here for Cleveland. What is this offense right now? I know the Pistons are applying great defensive pressure, but the Cavs are just so lackadaisical. They're so lackadaisical offensively. And that's supposed to be a strength of their team. Right? If we said, what's the strength of the Cavs? Is it their offense or their defense? It's their versatility in their offense. Harden, a pick and roll maestro. Mitchell, a dynamic scorer. Two great rolling bigs. Or I shouldn't say great, but two really good rolling bigs. Two really good options out of the center spot. As Robinson splits the free throws. Misses the first, makes the second. And they are really struggling to generate points here. It is still early in the game. 7-0 run here for the Pistons. Mobley up top, coming to his right, pulling it back, crossing over to his left against Cunningham. Bump down the lane, layup, can't get it to go, but a foul on Jalen Duren will send Mobley to the foul line for two. That's nice aggression there from Evan Mobley, getting to the foul line, getting to the rim. Detroit boy, what's up, Detroit boy? We're in the building. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Mighty Montreal, what's up, Montreal? Cavs are just ready for their trip to Cancun. They already made plans. I know the 76ers have. I don't know if maybe Embiid and Maxey have hit up Donovan Mitchell and Harden. Been like, hey, man, you want to hop on the plane before we book it? I don't know, but they might. They might be. They might be. I'm not asking for them to win this series. Why is the timer still going? I'm not asking for them to win this series. I'm asking for them to just make it interesting. Win a game or two here. Joey DeLuca, what's up, Joey? Detroit boy said Mobley has to play with more force for them to have a chance. Absolutely. One rebound in the previous game is truly disgusting. Mobley splits the free throws. 12-6, 6-point game. Cunningham on the left wing. Pocket pass to Duren, rolling down the middle of the lane. Tries to sneak it back over to Thompson. Thompson's going to pull it out, being guarded by Mobley. They hand it off to Cunningham. Slip inside to Thompson. Throws it over the top to Harris. Right corner three for Tobias Harris. And he was out of bounds when he caught the ball. Tiptoeing along that sideline, so the ball will make its way back to the Cavs there. He missed the three anyway. Isaiah Gardner, what's up, Isaiah? D-Wade should not be starting. I get why they're starting him. Strus has struggled with foul trouble. Tyson's a second-year player. And Wade has done a solid job on Cunningham. I just don't know what he's giving you offensively. He's standing in the corner, not doing anything, not even moving. Mitchell off the bounce three-point shot, got it to go for Donovan Mitchell. They're going to need him to step up today, right? And you can't have one-way players here in the playoffs. It makes you way too limited. Even All-Star Thompson, at least he'll move off ball. Can't have D. Wade just sit in the corner and think that you're going to be able to play 4-on-5 in that possession and find a way to score. They get over to Duncan Robinson, coming to his left, inside to Jalen Duren. Catches it, gets swatted by Mobley in the paint. Thompson picks up the loose ball, and he knocks it down. One of the things about playing ghost coverage against players like All-Star Thompson or even like a Josh Hart, obviously Amon Thompson in the same vein as his brother, is that it just gives them free reign because nobody's guarding them to then attack that offensive glass. Donovan Mitchell, beautiful stutter step Euro pass to Tobias Harris with the underhanded scoop layup on the left side of the rim there, 14-11. And we've seen that come to fruition multiple times this series where All-Star Thompson has snagged these loose balls or offensive rebounds because nobody's guarding him. So he could just float around that perimeter area there as Tobias Harris gets hard in the air with a pump fake, steps through and gets fouled. Again, I talked about this to start the game. Mobley had a possession where he got switched onto Tobias Harris and got a nice stop and made it difficult for him. They only have one true guy who can consistently buy a basket by himself. Tobias Harris is the other option that they have, especially in the starting lineup. I know Danish Jenkins has been good for them, so shout out Danish Jenkins. But in the starting lineup, it's either Cade Cunningham or it's give it to Tobias Harris and hopefully he can knock down one of these mid-range shots. And that's not great offense, obviously. And I think they're bailing out the Cleveland Cavaliers by putting a really poor defender on Tobias Harris. They have James Harden on him. And that's just not good. It's not going to get a cut. Niall Dimitri, what's up, Niall? I want to see that poster dunk tomorrow when you host the game for the 76ers. Please show it. I'll think about it, brother. I'll think about it. Harris knocks down both free throws. Mobley gets it into Harden. Harden will bring it down. Mobley, Harden being guarded by Cunningham. Harden coming to his left, rejecting the Allen screen, slips it inside to Jared Allen. Big one-handed hammer for Jared Allen. There you go. Harden operating out of that pick and roll, exactly what you need to see. 7:20 to go. Cunningham over to Harris. Harris up top being guarded by Wade on a switch. Why are we liberally switching those? Why are you doing that? Harris has it now switched on, has Mobley switched on to him. Harris is going to dance with it. Harris dancing with it against Donovan Mitchell as they switch it. Why switch it? Why? Why did you switch that? Now you got a smaller player in Harris, puts up the mid-range shot, can't get it to go. Donovan Mitchell with the rebound. What is with all this liberal switching from the Cavs? A deep pull-up logo three from Mitchell comes up short. Why shoot that shot? Some of the decisions some of the Cavs players make are baffling to me, guys. Do they know this is not a regular season game and you got to, as Cunningham throws a nice lob inside to Jalen Duren, do the Cavs not know that this is a playoff game and you have to value every single possession? You can't just jack up threes off the bounce when you're not in rhythm yet? Do they know? Do they know that? Do the Cleveland Cavaliers know that you probably shouldn't switch every single action? Do they know that, Morty, man? Do they know that, brother? Nice job, Kenny Atkinson, right? I'm like, what is the game plan here? They're not playing with any force defensively. They are just liberally switching things, which is a lazy defense because it just cross-matches you everywhere. Everything is cross-matched for the Cavs, right? What is the point of having Dean Wade in the starting lineup if Cade Cunningham is going to walk past a brush screen from, Jalen Duren, and they're just going to switch it? You could just easily fight through that screen and be like, no, I'm going to stay here on Cade Cunningham. I'm going to force you to come actually and run a set. But they're just like, Cade, he comes off the screen, and Dean Wade is just like, okay, we'll switch it. And now suddenly, Jared Allen is switched down to Cunningham. And now you're cross-matched because now you have Dean Wade fighting with Duren down low, and Jared Allen switched on to Cunningham. And then Cunningham will walk past Duncan Robinson. He'll set a go screen. He won't even set it. He'll set it and then flutter out to the three-point line, and then they'll switch that. And now you have Jared Allen trying to chase Duncan Robinson, and now you have Donovan Mitchell switched on to Cunningham. What? Why? Why are we switching everything? It's the start of the game. You're not going to try and fight for positioning and defensive matchups? I don't understand the start of the game here for the Cavs. I mean, you can take a look at this. Look at the distribution here. Everybody is scoring because they can go to any matchup because everybody's cross-matched. So they're like, oh, wait, who's James Harden on? Oh, he's trying to battle in the post with Tobias Harris? Okay, here, Harris. Go cook James Harden, who's an awful defender, right? They have Jared Allen cross-matched onto Duncan Robinson. All right, somebody go quickly set an off-ball screen for Duncan Robinson. He's going to curl off of it. We'll throw it to Duncan Robinson. He'll have an open look for three because James Harden's going to be too late to close out because he's a terrible defender. They're not even picking on Harden, really, right? They're picking on Harden. They're picking on Mitchell. They're picking on Wade. They're picking on Mobley. Mobley's really the only guy they haven't really picked on. But every time Mobley isn't having an impact because every time they run an action with All-Star Thompson, who they're trying to put Mobley on so he could be a free roamer and not have the guard Thompson, which we already talked about how that causes problems for this Cavs team that already struggles on the glass. They can just involve All-Star Thompson into play, and then Mobley will switch on to the other guy, onto like Cunningham, and now suddenly he can't play free safety because now he's on the best player in Cunningham, which honestly I kind of like that matchup for the Cavs. I don't know why they wouldn't just go to that. I'd hide Donovan Mitchell on our side. Well, he's a bad all-pot. So is James Harden. I'd put Donovan Mitchell on All-Star Thompson, and I'd tell him, I'd be like, you need to lock in and keep this guy off the glass. Like, that's your role today, defensively. Because he's not really going to do much with the ball in his hands, right? I'd put Evan Mobley on a guy he could actually help defend against. You know, like Cade Cunningham's killing you. How about you put your former Defensive Player of the Year onto Cade Cunningham? Like, I haven't really seen an adjustment made by the Cavs so far. Is the adjustment that we're just going to liberally switch everything and see what the Cavs do? Well, they're cooking you. Everybody is getting in the action. The Pistons are looking at this and they're like, barbecue chicken, this is easy. This is finger licking easy. We can get whatever we want. You will just liberally give us everything. 4-3 so far to start for Cade Cunningham. Again, you got to make him be one of these two, and preferably a scorer. You can't let him be a scorer and also set his teammates up. You're setting yourself up for disaster. Cunningham's the first sub out for Dennis Jenkins, the usual rotation for them. Detroit Boys said Cavs don't adjust. I haven't seen one adjustment so far from the Cavs. And obviously, I'm sure there's some micro adjustments they've made in terms of how they play certain coverages, and maybe the switching as liberally as they have is one of the adjustments they made. I don't necessarily off the top of my head remember how they played the first two games defensively. I gotta think it was somewhat similar though, because they're running into similar issues right now. Jared Allen up top. Here we go. We're back into it. They try to hand it off to Strus. They do. Robinson's trying to deny him the ball. They slip it inside. Jared Allen, scoop layup, got it to go. And the foul on All-Star Thompson. Trying to feature Jared Allen rolling to the rim is a nice touch right now. Detroit Boys said can't adjust. Cavs don't adjust just like last year. I know Kenny Atkinson won Coach of the Year last year for leading them to however many wins the Cavs had last year. But this is these haven't been very impressive playoff outings here from Kenny Atkinson and his game planning. Jared Allen knocks down his and one free throw. We got a 2-point game. I say all of that, and it's a 2-point game. I just think this defense from the Cavs so far has been truly horrendous. Dennis Schroeder bringing it down, being guarded by Schroeder. Dennis Jenkins playing with a ton of confidence. That Game 7 against Orlando really got him going, and he's taking it right into this series. Jenkins on the left wing. They get it over to Harris in the post, being guarded by Tyson. Tyson poking at the ball. Harris has him in the post. He spins towards the baseline. He goes up, reverse layup, nice and easy. Nobody on the help side whatsoever. Nobody there. Excellent move from Harris. Here comes Tyson bringing it down the other way. Jay Hammer, what's up, Jay Hammer? They get over to Allen. They get it over to Strus. Strus on the right wing. Coming off the Allen screen. They get it in the corner to Schroeder. Up top to Harden. I forgot Harden was even out there. He's played the entirety of the first quarter. Beautiful crossover. Swings it out to Schroeder. Schroeder wide open, right corner three. Got it to go for Dennis Schroeder. That's a beautiful crossover drive and kick from James Harden there. He's knocked down the three, and he had a beautiful off-the-dribble move there to get an open three for his teammate. It's good offense from James Harden so far. They hand it off to Duncan Robinson. They get it over to Jalen Duren rolling to the rim. Knocked out of his hands. It's going to go out of bounds. Morty Man said, Jared Allen is an underrated center. Mad respect for Jared Allen? I mean, I don't have mad respect for Jared Allen. This has always been a problem for him. Brother, show up. He hasn't shown up in this series so far. They need you. He's scoring here. They're hitting him on these rolls to the rim, which is nice. Ooh, a drop step from Jalen Duren. Comes in with the high elbow. Knocks Jared Allen down. It's an offensive foul on Jalen Duren. See, he comes in high with the shoulder and the elbow a little bit. I don't know if that's an offensive foul. Might just be a strong dude making a move into the chest of Jared Allen, but he does come into him, and he does get hit with the offensive foul. They get it into Dennis Schroeder, bringing it down. Schroeder bringing it down against Dennis Jenkins. It's getting a little chippy. Tyson's bringing Dennis Schroeder and Jalen Tyson bringing a little chippiness to it right now. And there you go, Jared Allen taking Jalen Duren off the dribble and getting the scoop layup to go in a timeout for the Detroit Pistons as Cleveland taking a 1-point lead. There you go, Jared Allen. There you go. Taking him off the bounce. Where have you been all series long? You had an excellent series. You had an excellent Game 7, and you've been MIA since. showing up here in Game 3 so far for 7 points, being their leading scorer. Morty said, it's a good thing D. Wade is out of this game. Yeah, I think Dean Wade should not be playing a ton, and he hasn't really played a ton for good reason, because he's not one of your better players. He's an extremely limited offensive player. Can simply just catch and shoot. That's all he can do. He can't put the ball on the floor. He can't even really attack a closeout. And if you're that limited offensively, you're hurting your team more than you're helping them, no matter how good you are defensively. And I think he's fine defensively. But that's the problem. He's a fine defensive player, and he's an almost zero on offense, because he needs another player to create space for him where he can knock down an open shot. But even then, he's a good shooter, not a great shooter. Like, I'm thinking about like Steve Novak back in the day, where he was an extremely limited offensive player where all you could do was shoot threes. That's it. But at least he was a knockdown three-point shooter. He shot like 44% from three-point range in a time where nobody was really shooting those percentages, right? You look at Dean Wade, and like Dean Wade's like a 37% three-point shooter, like an average, slightly above average three-point shooter, and they're only really wide open threes off the catch and shoot. And if that's all you can give offensively, you better be a lockdown defender. And he's just not. He's an okay defender. He's fine, right? I just don't understand throwing away these minutes when you could be giving them to Tyson or Strus or Keon Ellis. Literally any other guard/wing that you have. And I know Dean Wade has the size to match up with this Pistons team, but I would just trust Strus and Tyson to be good enough defensively, which they have been, and be a significantly more impactful offensive player. You can't play one-way guys in the playoffs, man. You can't play one-way guys. Detroit boy Novak was a flamethrower. Yeah, he was. If you're going to be as limited of an offensive player as like, I could only catch and shoot, and that's all I can do, man, you better add some dimensions to that catch and shooting ability. You better be, every single time you're open and you catch it and you shoot it, it better go in. Or number two, you better incorporate some movement shooting into that catch and shoot. You better be able to shoot it off of some movement. Detroit boy said, Cam and them cooking those small guys? Sure, but is he not also cooking Dean Wade a bit? And like I said, I would prefer a game plan of like, take everything away from Detroit. Put Evan Mobley onto Tobias Harris and put Tyson or Strus in the starting lineup and put them on Cade Cunningham. And sure, Cade Cunningham's probably going to cook them. Yeah. I'm not saying they're even going to make it difficult for him. He's probably going to get to a spot, rise up and knock down shot after shot. That's fine. But you need to turn Cade Cunningham into a scorer. You need to take away his point guard ability. Because if Cade Cunningham's giving you, even if it's just 20 and 10, which we know he's doing more than that. But if he's giving you 20 and 10, the 10 assists means he's getting everybody else involved. Again, who's creating offense here for themselves? It's not Thompson. It's not Stewart. It's not Duren. It's not LeVert. Tobias Harris, a little bit. But if you put Evan Mobley on him, you're removing Tobias Harris from that equation. You got to take something away. Force Cade Cunningham to be a scorer, and the Cavs are just letting them do whatever they want. Cunningham is absolutely cooking these dudes alive. They have Tyson on him now. Let's see how this matchup goes. It comes to his right off a Stewart screen. They slip it over to Stewart. Stewart drop step down the lane, lefty hook, can't get it to go. They get it over to Strus, bringing it down the other way. Strus crosses over, down the lane to the rim, lefty layup. Can't get it to go. Good contest, great contest from Cade Cunningham in transition there. Here comes Thompson pushing the other way. He has it on the right wing, being guarded by Dennis Schroeder. Thompson kicks it up top to LeVert. LeVert gets it over to Cunningham. Cunningham being guarded by Harden on a switch, coming to his left, they hedge out hard. Cunningham pulls it back out to the logo. He's going to dance with it up top, isolated against Harden. Rhythm dribble, step back three over Harden, comes up well short. Strus with the rebound, gets it over to Tyson. Tyson will bring it down. He has it up top. Tyson coming to his left off the screen. He's going to step back for a three. Tyson has not hit a three in the series, and he continues to not hit a three in this series, despite shooting well over 40% throughout the regular season. That one was off the dribble, not really a strength of his three-point shooting game. Harris now has it in the post against Tyson, backing him down, puts up the jump floater over him, got it to go. These guys are just too big. They're just too big. 22-21 here. There we go. Under 4 to go. Tyson has it up top, gets it to Jared Allen in the post against Harris, bullying his way to the basket, knocks down the little floater over him. Said, anything you can do, I can do better. You want to bully in the post and knock down a little flip shot? I can bully in the post and knock down a little flip shot too. Jared Allen, the leading scorer in the game with 9. Back and forth these two teams go now. I'm loving it. Cunningham coming to his right. has it. Pump fake, steps through, leaves it off for Stewart for the easy two-handed slam, just manipulating his way down the paint, drawing Jared Allen in at the last second and then dropping it off to Stewart for an easy two-handed slam. Back and forth they go, changing. Ooh, Schroeder, beautiful crossover on Thompson, left him in the dust. You rarely see that. All-Star Thompson getting crossed over out on the perimeter by Dennis Schroeder. What a move. 25-24 now, they're going back and forth. A little over 3 minutes to go. My timer is about a minute behind, but we'll catch up. Cunningham out of the right corner, being guarded by Dennis Schroeder. They get it inside the All-Star Thompson. Nobody guarding him. He puts up the floater over Jared Allen. He can't get it to go. Rebounded by Tyson. And Schroeder hit ahead to Harden. Harden bringing it down on the right wing. Coming to his right off the Strus screen. He's got Harris switched onto him. Picks up his handle. Gets it over to Strus. Back to Harden. Harden's going to isolate. Crosses over to his left. Putting his head down. Attacking to the basket. Lefty layup. What a beautiful drive and finish for James Harden. With the finger roll over the defender. And now here comes Caris LeVert, quickly pushing the other way. Skibblade with the right hand, can't get it to go, but he gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. And Strus is upset at the foul call, but he absolutely hacked the heck out of him. Not sure what he's upset about. TD in the morning said, Chef, stop giving Cavs the playbook. It's not even really a playbook, TD in the morning. It's literally any adjustment. I don't even know if that would work, but it's something different than what they're doing that clearly has not been working. Super Morning Man said, Caris LeVert back on the court against his former team. We can say that about a lot of teams. Caris LeVert's bounced around quite a bit. Jeff Brown, what's up, Jeff? LeVert at the foul line for 2, knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Detroit Boy said, Cleveland don't have enough answers defensively. Cleveland is supposed to be the much better offense than this. That's fine, but, you still got to try things. You still got to try a couple of things. And I just don't see a whole lot of trying out here for Cleveland. What are the adjustments they're making? LeVert knocks down both free throws. Dennis Schroeder will bring it down against LeVert. Schroeder up top. LeVert picks his pocket and bringing it down the other way against Schroeder. Easy two-handed slam for Caris LeVert. Whoa, what a sequence there for Caris LeVert. Huge strip out on the perimeter. Why didn't I have the timer going so we could catch up? I'll never know. Mobley dancing with it out on the perimeter, crosses over on Stewart, spins, sees a double team, spins inside. Mitchell can't get the layup to go. Good defense from on Holland. Probably got a piece of it and blocked it. Here comes Cunningham bringing it down. Stops, steps back, pulls it out, swings it over to Green, hands it back off to Cunningham. Driving to his left, gets it back up top to Green. Green will hesitate, now put up the straightaway 3. He'll miss it off the back of the rim. Battle for the loose ball rebound. It's loose. Schroeder will pick it up, and he'll bring it down the other way. Dennis Schroeder, cross-court pass to Strus, so swings through to his left, blow right past LeVert, down the lane, gets stripped by LeVert. Great defense from Caris LeVert so far for his first couple of minutes. And a dribble pull-up 3, is he feeling himself? Misses it. Battle for the rebound. Cunningham grabs the offensive rebound in the paint, bullies his way to the basket and gets the layup to go over Strus. 138, just like that. 6-point swing. Cavs were up 3. Now Detroit up 3. Jason said, if Harris is going to be the Pistons' second best scorer, they're going to have a rough time versus the Knicks. I mean, he's just been really good. I mean, if we want to look ahead into the future and think about what the matchups are going to be, as we have 137 to go, what the matchups are going to be, you're probably putting Brunson on Thompson. And then you're probably putting Anunoby on Cunningham. Josh Hart on Harris. Towns on Duren. And then Mikal Bridges on who? Duncan Robinson. Yeah, he's going to be chasing Duncan Robinson probably. Although we have seen them put Brunson on Duncan Robinson and have him chase. I'd prefer Mikal Bridges chasing. Right. So Morty said, good luck Brunson on Thompson. It's really their best option. I mean, they could put Brunson on Duncan Robinson and have him chase over screens. But, again, I don't know if I want to wear out Brunson to that degree. Morty, if you want to say good luck to Brunson on Thompson, good luck with the Pistons featuring All-Star Thompson as a part of their main offensive force. A little bit of a bait. Steve in the morning said, Pistons are doing a good job not giving the Cavs a lifeline. Absolutely. I mean, it's a 3-point game. Cavs are hanging in there, but it definitely feels like, and it's felt this way the first 2 games. Detroit just kind of dictating the flow and pace of this game. It's a 3-point game. It could still go either way, obviously, but ton of momentum still swinging towards the Pistons side. And I just feel like they're playing just so much better than Cleveland, which makes it weird that like Cleveland hasn't really, as Tyson going to the basket, mishandles the ball. It careens out to Mitchell. He swings over to Schroeder for the three. Now it's tied. Now it's tied. Cunningham bringing it down, who has gotten whatever he wanted tonight. 6-4 and 4. He's been awesome. Cunningham up top being guarded by Tyson. Cunningham coming to his left, picks up his hand, gets it over to LeVert. LeVert jab step, dance with it against Schroeder. Crosses over to his left, trying to bully his way along the baseline. Pump fake spins, goes up, gets blocked by Dennis Schroeder, picks up the loose ball. He's going to throw up the three over him as the shot clock expires. And what's the call there? Out of bounds. LeVert on the double step back there, trying to clean some space off against Dennis Schroeder, steps out of bounds. So the ball's going to go back to the Cavs here. Excellent contributions here from Dennis Schroeder. He's been fantastic. He's got, 8 points, 2 threes, and a layup? Yeah, 8 points. Mobley up top, hands it off to Strus. Strus driving to his right, pulls it back out. Holland switches onto him. Over to Schroeder. Schroeder coming to his left, being guarded by Holland. Hands it off to Mitchell. Mitchell now being guarded by Holland on the switch. Mitchell, crossover, pull up three. Donovan Mitchell. Got to go for Donovan Mitchell. They're going to need their stars to step up and be stars, and I kind of like the star from James Harden, and I like the star from Donovan Mitchell. 9 points for him, 3 boards so far for Donovan Mitchell. LeVert up top, gets it over to Cunningham. Cleveland holding on to this small 2-point lead here. 17 seconds to go, never restarted the timer. 17 seconds to go, 15 seconds to go. Cunningham coming to his left. Mitchell's going to switch onto him. Cunningham's going to look to isolate. Showing multiple bodies. Cunningham down the lane in the paint, leans in, looking for the foul, doesn't get it, grabs the rebound, gets swatted out of there by Evan Mobley, and it actually hits the head of Donovan Mitchell before it careens out of bounds. 5 seconds left here, but 0.2 on the shot clock for the Pistons. So they're really their only option here is a lob, and they called the Donovan Mitchell 3. It's going to get changed to a long 2. So it's 32-30. We got 5 seconds to go. Cunningham will inbound it. Again, it's got to be a lob. And they'll just take the 5-second call. Interesting decision. Interesting decision. Would rather... I mean, it's going to be a turnover anyway if you just throw it up there. I'd throw it up somewhere and tell somebody to, punch the ball if you're going to do, a tip. And you don't want to add a turnover. I'd just throw it in there and I'd be like, punch that ball. Try to knock it towards the basket. Trevor Booker style. If you know, you know about Trevor Booker. They get it into Donovan Mitchell, bringing it down. Last couple of seconds, Mitchell. Pump fakes at the logo. He's going to heave up a 3. Why? Put your head down. Get closer. Why? There's 4.7 seconds to go, right? And Donovan Mitchell gets the inbound, and he's, walking the ball up. Are you okay shooting up a terrible logo 3? I mean, because I know Detroit is. Get the ball, put the head down, apply some pressure. Maybe you draw a foul because you're overly aggressive, trying to keep you away from the basket. I just don't understand the mentality of this team, man. I know I'm complaining a lot about the Cavs, and yet they hold on to a 2-point lead after the first quarter. But I just don't. I feel like they're leaving so much on the table against this Pistons team. And I get it. The Pistons are tough to play against. They're a really awesome defense. And I get maybe complaining too much about the Cavs is taken away from what the Pistons have done defensively. They've been awesome. They've been fantastic. Let me reiterate that. Pistons have been awesome. Absolutely fantastic defensively, as they always are. But I just feel like there's moments and opportunities for this Cavs team to be a little bit more aggressive. And they're just not. They just haven't been. Angel A1 Jeroman, what's up, Angel? They are intimidated by their size. Well, that's not a good sign for their confidence to beat this team if they're intimidated by their size. Maybe you're right, but that's not a good sign. I mean, I know Dennis Schroeder ain't. He's going to the basket. I know he's not intimidated by anybody. Electro and more. What's up, Electro? Let's go, Cavs. Jeff Brown, yes, sir. K. Hazy said, let's see if Cleveland makes better decisions this time. I mean, probably not. It's team-wide, which tells me it's a little bit of coaching as well. It's team-wide. The way, they also take after their leader, and I've been harsh on Donovan Mitchell since he arrived in Cleveland. Never really been a big Donovan Mitchell fan at all. Going back to his Utah days, but Electro said, do you think the Cavs still have a chance this series? They have a chance. Obviously, it has to start with a win here tonight. They have a chance, sure. They could win both of these games here in Cleveland. 2-point game. Cleveland still have a chance? Yeah, but like this ain't gonna cut it. And he's been awesome defensively, Mobley. He's been really good. He's got 2 blocks so far. 1 point, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 field goal attempts. I know he got fouled on the 1 field goal attempt he took, but it's not gonna show up on the box score. But you can't walk away with 0, man. Can't walk away with 0. You're supposed to be the best player on this team. You were drafted 3rd overall to be the cornerstone of the team. And then they traded for Mitchell, so you got knocked down the totem pole. And they had Garland, and Garland kind of elevated himself. So you were looked at as like the 3rd best player on the team, but they were like, well, they're only going to go as far as Evan Mobley develops. You're not going to be a championship team if Evan Mobley is your 3rd best player in your team, right? Behind Garland and Mitchell. Now, obviously, since then, they've replaced Garland with Harden, and I would put Mobley over Harden overall, but performances like this aren't getting it done. Harden's been much better here tonight. Mitchell's showing up at least. You know, I'm harsh on Donovan Mitchell, but he's showing up. He's putting up shots. He's scoring points. I've been critical of him not being aggressive enough earlier in the games. He's aggressive. And I like that. I like that a lot. Freeway Hustler. What's up, Freeway? He said, yo, Chefy, word is the 76ers are still suffering from jet lag. Let's help them catch up on their sleep. There you go. Right? If they're so tired, we could give them a ton of rest. We could end their season early, and then they'll have 3 months of rest before they have to worry about training camps again. If they're so tired, go get some rest, guys. Go get some rest. We got you. We'll take care of it for you. They get it over to Strus, curling off a screen up top. Can't get the 3 to go. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Holland picks it up. Here we go. We're back. Pushing it the other way for the Pistons. Holland gets it over to Cunningham up top by the logo. Coming to his left off the Durant screen. Gets caught in the air. Cross-court pass. LeVert ran off the line by, is that Sam Merrill? Sam Merrill is playing. I thought he was out. I thought he was done. I'm fine with our bingo card anyway. Cunningham's going to dance with it against Tyson. Crosses over to his right, leans in, floater, can't get it to go, no foul call. Tyson with the rebound. I would just trust Tyson and Strus to guard Cade Cunningham. Cunningham's probably going to cook him, but I would like that possession right there. Tyson is going to win a couple of those battles to get to Mobley rolling to the rim. He gets fouled by Javonte Green. He's going to the foul line for 2. Nice, look at that. That was a nice defensive stop for Tyson. He snagged the rebound off the defensive stop on Cunningham, and then he didn't give the ball up. He brought it down the court. He ran an action with Mobley where he rejected the screen. Mobley slips it and starts rolling to the rim. And then Tyson hits him with a nice pocket pass rolling to the rim, and he gets Mobley to the foul line for 2. Play Tyson more. Play Tyson more. Mobley at the foul line for 2, misses the first one. Because of course you will. Ken Robinson, what's up, Ken? I got you, brother. I was late on my clock, but I got you. We'll catch up right now. 11:19 to go. Mobley at the foul line, missed the first one. Misses the second one. That does help. And that's a loose ball foul, Max Strus. That does help with our bingo card, though. That does help with our bingo card. Our first of the night. Our first of the night. 2 on Mitchell, 2 on Strus. That's not good. We do have 2 consecutive missed free throws, though. We'll fill that in, and we'll update it the next stoppage in time. LeVert gets it over to Cunningham. Cunningham up top being guarded by Tyson. Cunningham spinning to his right. Coming off a Durant screen, wide open pull-up 3 for him. Throws up a brick, not even close, can't get it to go. Here comes Donovan Mitchell off the rebound, pushing it the other way. Donovan Mitchell up top, dancing with it against LeVert, crosses over to his left. Euro, beautiful move, floater, got it to go. What a beautiful, like, delayed Euro. I don't even know how to describe that. He starts the Euro on the one step and then holds it, and then does the other half of the Euro. I don't know if I've ever seen a player do it to that degree. I've seen some variations of that, but what a beautiful move. Mobley knocks the ball out of Durant's hands out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Pistons. Not, what's up, Not? So we can update this as the Pistons will inbound it. LeVert gets it into Cunningham. Cunningham being guarded by Tyson. They get over to Durant, rolling to the rim. Steps through, pump fake, pump fake, pump fake, leans in, gets fouled by Mobley. And that is 2 free throws for Jalen Durant. Mobley confused as to where his foul call was, but you're hanging all over him, Mobley. You went for the pump fake. Can't go for the pump fake on Jalen Durant. If he wants to throw up that shot, let him throw up that shot. We also want to make sure we open this up over here so we can keep an eye on the box scores. especially when we look at how it's impacting our bingo card here tonight. So Duran's at the foul line for 2. His first trips to the line. First points? No, he scored tonight. Yeah, he has 2 points tonight. He's going to knock down that free throw. Got one more coming. Oh, he has 2 baskets. He knocks that free throw down. That gives him 5. Strus is going to come out with the 2 fouls. Tyson stays in. Harden's going to come back into the game for Strus. They have Sam Merrill out there along with Donovan Mitchell and Mobley playing the center. Duran misses the second free throw, but they can't grab a rebound. That's been an issue for this Cavs team, grabbing rebounds off of missed free throws, man. Cunningham down the lane, losing the hand on the ball. Tyson dives for it. He can't save it. It's going to stay here with the Pistons yet again. Frank said, you can tell it's a very nervous crowd in Cleveland. They're pretty nervous. They go down 3-0. This series is effectively over. And probably the core of this group as well. They're going to have to kiss one of these players goodbye at some point if they get smoked out of the second round here. They get it into Green, get it back to Cunningham. Quick catch and fire to the left corner. Comes up well short. Rebound careens to Mitchell, who's able to grab it. Then get over to Harden. Harden will bring it down. Harden up top being guarded by Jenkins. Coming to his left. Off the Mobley screen. Driving it down. Stops. Crosses over. He's got Dennis Jenkins on him, so Harden's going to try and go to work. Crosses over to his left. Leans in. Gets under the rim. Throws it away. And now here comes Cade Cunningham bringing it down the other way. Cross-court pass Dennis Jenkins. Pump fakes coming to his left. And gets fouled by Sam Merrill. Joseph said anybody would be nervous if their team were down big. Yeah, but the crowd's got to give your team energy too. Angel said Cleveland needs to explode with some offense. Yeah, we haven't seen like a big Cleveland run at any point during the series, really. I guess Harden maybe had one in game 1. But outside of that, not really. Dennis Jenkins takes the lane, gets it over to Green. Green throws up the 3 after initially hesitating. Battle on the boards for it. Tyson knocked out of the air. Mobley can't grab it. They kick it out. Duncan Robinson, wide open right wing 3. He can't get it to go. Mobley finally clears with a board. And they get it over to Harden. Harden will bring it down. He has it up top. 8 offensive rebounds for Detroit. 8. 8 so far. 8 offensive rebounds. Harden, beautiful slip pass to Mobley. They swing it out to Tyson. Wide open left wing 3 for him. He can't get it to go. Tyson. And Angel Roman, thank you for that. Utilizing the 10 joules. Appreciate your support, brother. And Merrill fouls Green off the missed 3. Rebounded by Green. Sam Merrill fouls him coming down the court. Battling for the board. Trying to get another possession for his team. Detroit's in the bonus the remainder of the quarter. And we have 9.5 to go, guys. They're in the bonus already. Cleveland, man. Ken Robinson said they need to trade Harden and Mobley. They definitely got to trade at least one of these guys, probably 2 of them. Cunningham has it up top, crosses over, dance with it against Wade. Cunningham's going to put his head down and attack, pump fakes, steps through, throws up the lefty layup, can't get it to go. He's looking for the foul call, doesn't get it. Mobley can't grab a rebound, and it's out of bounds off of Mobley. Evan Mobley, man. How many rebounds do you have, Mobley? Mobley has 2 rebounds. He's already got 1 more rebound than he did in game 2. So there's an improvement there. He's already doubled that amount. Ken said they Draymond to the Spurs? Why would the Spurs want Draymond? Why would they want that headache, brother? They get it to Cunningham up top, being guarded by Wade. Cunningham's going to dance with it. Coming to his left. Slip it inside the Duran. Rolling to the rim. Kicks it out. Dennis Jenkins. Wide open right corner 3. Beautiful offense, but he can't get the 3 to go. And the long rebound, nobody there for the Cavs. Gets scooped up by Javonte Green. And the 9th offensive rebound goes to the Pistons here. They kick it out to Javonte Green. A wide open right wing 3. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Mobley finally clears with the rebound. And now here comes Sam Merrill pushing the other way. Crosses over on Robinson. Going to the rim. Can't get the layup to go. Gets ran over by Duncan Robinson. Going to send him to the foul line for 2. Look at Sam Merrill off the dribble in transition there. Jay Hammer said, I have 2 rebounds, 3 points, and 2 early fouls. Definitely got to get my hacks in. Mobley still with the 1 point and no shot attempts, and 1 for 3 from the foul line. 1 for 4 from the foul line. You got to show up, dude. Your season's on the line, Mobley. And I think he's been solid defensively, but you also gotta, defensively end the defensive possession by grabbing a dang rebound, Mobley. Grab a dang rebound. Merrill hits the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Cunningham subbing out of the game. Cunningham is subbing out of the game now. An opportunity here for Cleveland as they hold on to a 5-point lead. Pistons getting nice open looks. Can't knock any of them down, though. And this has been a worry that the Pistons have had about their team, the lack of shooting, especially from fans. The lack of shooting could come back to haunt you. I definitely felt like Detroit has played better as Danish Jenkins cut back door and gets the finger roll layup to go over Merrill. I've definitely felt like the Pistons have played better than the Cavs tonight, and yet the Cavs lead, mostly because the Pistons can't take full advantage of their opportunities, despite the fact that they have 9 offensive rebounds so far here tonight. Mitchell in the post leans in, fall-away jumper over Danish Jenkins, got it to go. Here comes Jenkins bringing it down, picked up by Harden. Danish Jenkins coming to his right off the Duran screen, driving it down in the paint over to Thompson. Thompson reverse layup, wild layup attempt, but gets fouled by Mobley. Wow. It's either a really tough call on Mobley there or a really bad foul by Mobley. Either way, it's a bad foul by Mobley. He got hit with the foul. So All-Star Thompson to the foul line for 2. See the replay on it. I don't know about that foul call. A little ticky-tack foul call. Thompson misses the first free throw, though. Jay Hammer said, will he become a stronger player if he changes his name to Moses Mobley? Probably not. Not said the second quarter's ugly, guys. The ball goes into the basket. They're trying. They're trying for sure. Thompson does rattle in the second free throw. 4-point game. Under 8 to go. Harden bringing it down against Jenkins. Harden up top. Coming to his left. Duncan Robinson switched onto him. Harden crosses over to his right, the Mobley screen. Lane to the basket, kicks it out. Dean Wade, wide open 3. This is why you're out there. And he knocks it down. There you go, Dean Wade. It's a 7-point lead for the Cavs. Look at them go. We're going to get a timeout from the Pistons here. Again, I feel like the Pistons have played better than the Cavs tonight. But then you look at the score, and the Cavs are up by 7. There you go. There you go. Maybe I'm just a smidge too harsh on the Cavs. But like I said, they've had opportunities that they haven't taken advantage of. And here they are taking advantage of those opportunities. I mean, the Pistons are just handing it to them on a silver platter in terms of, like, missed open shots, not being able to cleanly catch the ball, and turning it over easily. And the Cavs hadn't really been able to take advantage of those. And now they are. Wade knocks down a 3. Dennis Schroeder was fantastic in his minutes. Mitchell's come out aggressive. He's got 13 and 5 so far here tonight. Harden with 5 and 4 himself. There you go. Joseph Taylor, Cavs are cooking. Yes, they are. Starting to cook a little bit here. Take a look over our bingo card. When he shoots for 10 points and 2 threes, he has yet to score. And I think he's only taken 1 or 2 shots. We got Mobley for 3 stocks. Not blocks, but 3 stocks. And I know he has 2 blocks so far here tonight. So far. Go down to Mobley. Yep, the 2 blocks. Nobody has a steal yet for the Cavs. 2 blocks for Mobley, though. So he needs 1 more for any player for 3 blocks, I believe is on here too. Yeah, any player for 3 blocks. If Mobley can pick up all 3 of his stocks and blocks, that fills in 2 spots just for Mobley right there. Double-double, that'll come from somebody here tonight. Somebody will grab a double-double. Cade Cunningham working his way towards a triple-double. Right, if we go over up to Cade. Cade Cunningham has 6, 5, and 4. Yeah, he's on pace. He's on pace for that triple-double. We got 7:36 to go here in the second. It's a 7-point lead by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Detroit Pistons really struggling to score so far here through the second. Jason said, Chef, you're getting spoiled watching great ball. The Knicks are playing every night. Maybe. But it's you know, it's not even like the execution part or like the fact that the Knicks have been, you know, fantastic offensively and they're knocking down shots and all of that. It's the processing from the Cavs. It's, 4 seconds on the clock and Donovan Mitchell's walking the ball down the court to heave up a half-court logo 3. It's like, why not push it and try to get a regular 3? If you're going to take a 3, settle for a 3. Why not push the pace, maybe get all the way to the basket? You can get down the court, 3/4 of the court in more than 4 seconds. In less than 4 seconds, you can do that. And it's a lot of the processing from the Cavs that I'm looking at them and I'm like, how you get lost off ball defensively? There was a moment where Danish Jenkins hit All-Star Thompson cutting to the rim that ended up in a Mobley foul, and Donovan Mitchell raised his hand up. It's like, my bad, guys. Like, you can't have a my bad, guys, in the playoffs. Lock in. Lock in. Like, I wouldn't be too mad if the Cavs were struggling to execute against an awesome Pistons defense. I'd be like, hey, man, they're trying, they're playing their butts off, but this Pistons defense locking them up. Whereas I feel like Cleveland is leaving so much on the table with a lack of adjustments they've made or just really lackadaisical play. And yet they're up by 7 here. And I think it's a testament to their team construction where they have really good, talented players. And if they just showed up and played well, I think this series would right now be at least 1-1. Freeway Hustler, what's up, Freeway? This is why I hate the Pistons. They brag about being physical, but then get mad about calls. They never foul, but always get fouled. I mean, that's a lot of teams. That's a lot of teams. It's a lot of teams. I feel like a lot of teams feel that way, Freeway. Obviously, the Thunder are the cream of the crop in that. The Pistons are up there as well. All right, here we go. Bringing it down. Cunningham back in. That was a quick rest for him. They get it over to Harris, who's also back in. He's being guarded by Harden. Jared Allen's in for Mobley on the other side for the Cavs. Harris can throw over to Robinson. They get it back to Harris. He's driving to his left. Nobody picks him up. They shovel it inside to Thompson. Pulling his way to the basket. Gets blocked by Jared Allen. There you go. Thompson pulls it all the way back out. Shot clock winding down. He's got to heave up a three. He can't get it to go. Jared Allen can't snag the rebound. Duren able to grab it over him. Hands it off to Cunningham. Taking the baseline. Cunningham leans in. Puts it off glass. Can't get it to go. Dean Wade finally comes flying in to crash the glass and snag that board. Here comes Dennis Schroeder. Leaves it off to Sam Merrill. Sam Merrill gets it back to Schroeder. Schroeder had fantastic first quarter minutes. Let's see what he's got here in the second. They lob it over the top to Harden, being guarded by Duncan Robinson. Harden on the left wing. Harden picks up the ball. Pump fakes coming to his left. Step back, spins. They see two. They kick it out to Merrill. He's going to pump fake. Merrill's going to come to his left. He's got to heave up a shot. And Merrill is going to knock down a little step back left wing three. No, they say his foot on the line, a long two for Sam Merrill. But that's a 9-point lead now for Cleveland. Here comes Cunningham bringing it down, coming to his left off the Duren screen. They show two. He spins, gets it over to Harris. Harris is going to attack Harden. They kick it over to Thompson. They lob it down low in the post to Duren. Pump fake steps through. Big lefty slam over Jared Allen there. Taking out a little bit of frustration for Jalen Duren throughout this playoff. And a foul on All-Star Thompson. Mini body check, little ticky-tack foul, but a mini body check from All-Star Thompson in the backcourt, trying to cut him off along the baseline. Just couldn't beat him to the spot. Gets hit with the blocking foul. It's a side out of bounds for the Cavs. Freeway said, true, but they brag about the bad boy image. Bad boys don't cry. Very true, Freeway. Very good point on that one. They love to compare this team with the bad boy Pistons teams of the past, which is just not the way to go, guys. Not the way to go. Just be happy that your team's awesome right now. Detroit boy said, this is the offense Cleveland needs to push the Pistons. Yeah. For sure. Pistons also pretty disastrous offensively themselves, not able to match the offense. I don't think the Cavs have been awesome offensively as Dean Wade tries to take the baseline and turns it over. Here comes Cunningham, shot out of a cannon, blows right past James Harden, runs right into Merrill, and that's a charge on Cade Cunningham. Sam Merrill, huge minutes. He's actually one of the better bench players, and it was a pretty big loss that he didn't play in Game 2 for them. You know, he's obviously not a very good defender, but in this instance, sacrificing his body, getting down court, hustling, just trying to be in the right spot. Gets the charge there on Cunningham. That is 1 foul on Cade, 2 fouls now on Cade. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Cade can sometimes struggle with foul trouble, being a little overly aggressive. Like in that instance, picking up the offensive foul. Jason said, dang, Cade 2 for 11 is rough. 2 for 11 is rough. He's kind of forced some shots, which again, he had 4 assists in the first couple of minutes of that first quarter. And they then tried to force him into being more of a scorer. Don't give him these easy pocket passes where you can just get everybody involved, get Jalen Duren easily rolling to the rim. We're going to get a timeout here. Oh, they're going to use a challenge here. A challenge here from J.B. Bickerstaff and the Pistons. Okay. I don't know about that one. Troy Boy said all players argue calls. They do. They do. They do indeed. Robes Pierre, what's up, Robes? Freeway Hustler said, what is All-Star doing right now? Arguing? I mean, all players do that. That to me, that's whatever. All-Star Thompson arguing with a ref on a foul call, disagree with. That happens. Every team and every player does it. Every single one of them. Ramon Feliciano, what's up, Ramon? Or Raymond. Imagine today's players playing in the 90s. I think the 90s players would have a really tough time getting out to these shooters, brother. Those 90s players are not in shape enough to keep up with these guys. Most of them. Not all of them, obviously. Certain players transcend era. Doesn't even matter what era you put them in. But, yeah, those guys would get exhausted trying to chase Duncan Robinson around a couple of flare screens. They'd be huffing and puffing after the first quarter. They don't have the stamina that the players nowadays do. Stamina is more important than it's ever been in the NBA because of the pace and the speed of the game. Even in a half court, the pace and the speed of the game. There's way too much standing around back in the day. Go back and watch some of those games. Take it for what it is. Appreciate the era that it is, and you take that into consideration. But there's so much standing around. So much standing around. It's all isolation basketball. And it's funny because now everybody is like, stop the isolation basketball. Get ball movement involved. And it's like, but 90s basketball was peak. And you're like, you do know there was very limited ball movement back in the 90s for a majority of these teams. And it was mostly isolation, right? It was give the ball to my best player and let him cook. No need to compare eras, brother. No need to compare eras. Take them for what they are. Take them for what they are. Appreciate the 90s. Appreciate the 2000s. Appreciate the 2010s. Appreciate the 2020s. Troy Boy said so much standing around inside the arc. Yeah, it was a completely different game. It's a completely different game. Troy Boy said there's no question that all good Detroit teams hang their hat on toughness, physicality. It's a hallmark of the city. Yeah, I always love when a team gets good and they lean into the vibe of the city, the mentality of the city, right? Nick, similar way. Hard hat team. It's no wonder that they are becoming a championship contending team by leaning into defensive versatility. Anunoby, Robinson, Bridges, Hart, hard hat type of crew. Obviously, we know we have Towns and Brunson, but even those guys are working much better defensively, especially during this playoff run than they ever have. Nick Yak said, we were saying last game this series is far from over. We were saying that, Yak. It's a 7-point lead here for the Cavs. I still don't really love their process. I think Detroit has just missed a lot of open looks, which, again, is always possible with this Detroit team because they have such inconsistent shooters overall. But it is an offensive foul, Cade Cunningham. It's a failed challenge. That also hits on the bingo card. Failed challenge. There you go. We'll fill that in on the bingo card before we get back to the action. Failed challenge, so they lose their timeout and they'll lose their ability to challenge the remainder of the game, and the Cavs will bring it down the other way. Schroeder has it up top. Detroit Boy said it was give the ball to the center, not even always the best player. I wanted James Edwards and Bill Carr would take 10 shots in a row, ugly basketball. Yeah. It could have been. Jared Allen can't knock down the little flip hook shot over Isaiah Stewart. And he's bringing it down the other way. They get over to Harris. Harris on the left wing, being guarded by Wade. They get it up top to Cunningham. Cunningham coming to his left off a Stewart screen. Cross-court pass to Jenkins. Swings through to his right, taking the baseline. Pulls it back out, being guarded by Dennis Schroeder. Spins back to his right, driving it down in the paint. Lost the handle, picks it back up, spins, puts it up. Can't get it to go. Jared Allen knocking the ball loose. Able to not save it. And it's out of bounds. You got to snag that rebound, man. You got to snag that rebound, Jared Allen. You can't. You can't. Mobley and Mitchell are going to come back into the game. And they're going to pull Jared Allen out. I really like the offensive game that Jared Allen is playing, and the fact that he's barely played so far here in the second quarter is just play your double bigs together, man. Play them together. Oh, they are playing them together. Excuse me. I thought Jared Allen I thought I saw him go to the bench. No, he's out there. They're going to the double bigs. All right, I appreciate that. Allen and Mobley in the game. Harden, Mitchell, and Strus rounded out. They get it into Stewart. They got Stewart, Cunningham, Danis Jenkins, Duncan Robinson, and Tobias Harris for the Pistons. Cunningham up top, crosses over to his right, down the lane, goes up against Jared Allen. Can't get the layup to go, but gets his own offensive rebound and put back. And again, these offensive rebounds absolutely killing them. They lob it up top. Mitchell, almost a half-court lob. Was out by the logo, just bringing the ball down. Mobley beat him down the court, and a pinpoint pass from Donovan Mitchell for a two-handed slam by Mobley. Cunningham up top, coming to his left, spins, gets it over to Jenkins. Jenkins gets it over to Harris. Harris being guarded by Mobley. Jab step, coming to his left, leans in, puts up the shot. Can't get it to go, but a foul on Evan Mobley will send Harris to the foul line for 2. TT in the morning said, bigger staff makes terrible challenge calls. They usually fail. Yeah, he's pretty bad with his foul calls. That's 3 fouls in Evan Mobley, by the way. You probably see him go to the bench. Harris will be at the foul line for 2. He's their leading scorer. We have 4:45 to go here. Harris at the foul line for 2. Yeah, the Bickerstaff TT in the morning, the Bickerstaff challenging thing goes way back to his Cleveland days as well as a head coach. Really, I agree. I really rough utilization of his, not just even challenges, of his timeouts as well. Harris knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. I think he's gotten much better at that this season than he's ever been, but it's still overall not great. Nick actually, didn't Bickerstaff lose his challenge first half last game? I can't remember, but probably it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. Harris goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. 5-point game, 4:40 to go. And Strus will bring it down. In and out dribble, coming to his right, off the Allen screen. Slips it over to Allen. Allen, a foul line jumper? What is that? You practiced that shot? And a loose ball foul on the Pistons, fouling Evan Mobley going for the rebound. You practiced that shot, Jared Allen? What is that? What is that? Freeway said, I do love that in this era you have to be able to score on all 3 levels, and playing defense now is much harder with how versatile plays are. Yeah, when every player, including big men, can dribble, pass, and shoot, and they're spacing everything out to the 3-point line, the amount of space you need to cover and the amount of discipline you need to have to get out to them, and then not just do fly-by defense, but then also to recover if you do get beat and run them off the 3-point line, to then recover to help the helper. There's so much of that on every single possession. It's crazy. And I think it goes unnoticed when people say there's no defense being played nowadays, and I'm like, are we watching the same thing? The defense is just different the way it's played, and it's way harder. Harden lines up a 3 over Cunningham. Harden got it to go. And a foul? And a foul on Cunningham. Whoa, a possible 4-point play. Put it on the bingo card. Put it on the bingo card. James Harden showing up here when his team needs the most. Trying to shed that label. That's 4 fouls on Cade, by the way. That's 4 fouls on Cade Cunningham. They used the challenge to try and save a 3rd foul from him. Or was that only 2? Now it's 3. I think it's 3. Mobley, the 2-handed putback off the missed free throw from Harden. And it's a 5-point play. It's not a 4-point play, though. It's not a 4-point play, but it's a 10-point lead from the Cleveland Cavaliers, though. 50-40. Danish Jenkins up top. They get over to Cunningham. Cunningham being guarded by Harden. Cunningham crosses over to his left, coming off the Stewart screen. Step back. Now driving it down. Now spins to his left. Now across the lane. Pump fake. Tries to step through. Fall away over Harden. Well contested. Didn't matter. Cunningham got it to drop. Jason said, a James Harden sighting? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Harden showing up when they needed him most. Now, will he continue to show up is yet to be seen. Mobley coming to his right, gets it over to Harden. Harden up top being guarded by Jenkins. Coming to his right off the Mobley screen. Inside pass. Mobley throws a wild behind-the-back pass to Jared Allen. Almost slipped through his fingers, but he's able to pick it up. They kick it out to Harden up top. He swings through to his left, loses the handle, picks it up. Shot clock winding down. Harden's got to get busy. Rhythm dribble, pull-up 3. Comes up well short. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Robinson has it, bringing it down the other way. Duncan Robinson, full head of steam, going to the basket. And Donovan Mitchell has his back turned. Too focused on Tobias Harris as Duncan Robinson just runs right to the rim with no... as Mitchell gets fouled going to the basket to foul on the floor, with nobody stepping in to stop the guy with the ball in his hands. Tiz Blocker said they should be enforcing that unnatural shooting motion. If contacting the defendant purposely with your shot shouldn't be a foul. I agree. I 100% agree. If you, as a shooter of the basketball, as a jump shooter of the basketball, going to the basket obviously is a bit different, but if you're a jump shooter, and you initiate the contact, it shouldn't be a foul. Shouldn't be a foul on the defender. If you invade my airspace as the defender, I agree, it shouldn't be a foul. Detroit Boy said they want more hacking, fighting, and hard fouls, which is not the same as defense. True. Oftentimes, a lot of that stuff came about because of the lack of defense being played, and players were just being like, nah, I'm just going to hack you and take it out of the air. But, yeah, defense is definitely as good as it's ever been nowadays. Teams are so locked in defensively lately. Mitchell knocks down both free throws. Another conversation for another day, though. I do like giving credit to today's defense because so many people try to take away from it. A little over 3 minutes to go. Cunningham bringing it down. It's an 8-point lead, and it's a moving screen on Jalen Duren in the backcourt. And that is the second foul on Duren. Cunningham sitting with the 3 fouls here in this first half. This could indeed come into big play in the second half. Shout out Max Strus trying to apply pressure in the backcourt to Cunningham. They hit Duren with the foul. Trying to free him up. TT in the morning said Pistons getting careless with the fouls. They are getting pretty careless right now. Maybe feeling a little bit of pressure. It's only an 8-point game, though. They'll have their opportunities. As long as they keep it close here, don't allow the Cavs to go off on an offensive explosion here that we've talked about before. They're capable of doing. Mitchell dancing with it, pulls it back on Duncan Robinson. Oh my God, put it on the highlight reel. Donovan Mitchell. Pull back, step back three over Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson going one way, Mitchell going the other way, knocking down the three. And Max Strus causes a turnover on Cade Cunningham, dribbling it off his own foot. And he's hyped going down the other end, dapping up his bench. Show the replay on Donovan Mitchell. Come dance with me, Duncan Robinson. Oh my goodness. Ball back to the Cavs now. All momentum in the world pointing towards Cleveland. Nick Yak said Harden can get Detroit right back into the game. Yes, he can, Yak. Yes, he can. Good point. It's an 11-point lead. Donovan Mitchell has it up top. He's calling for a screen from Strus. He wants Duncan Robinson mixed into the action. They do. They get the switch. Donovan Mitchell, an encore. Can I have this dance? They get over to Jared Allen, who put Duren on a poster. Duren is having a rough playoffs, guys. Oh, my goodness, it's been a rough playoffs. And a timeout for the Detroit Pistons. And this is something that always makes you nervous if you're a Pistons fan. Sometimes the Pistons, if Cade Cunningham starts to struggle a bit, can run out of offense, man. They can run out of offense very quickly. And all it takes is one run from a team halfway offensively competent to take a decent-sized lead. It's a 13-point lead now for Cleveland. Obviously, 13-point leads, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot in modern NBA. Couple threes, couple of transition baskets, you're right back into the game. But 13-point lead for this Cleveland team that has mostly struggled to score through the first two games in Detroit is nice and building a ton of momentum and a couple of highlight plays. We'll give you a ton of momentum, man. Couple of highlight plays. Donovan Mitchell, the step-back highlight crossover on Duncan Robinson. Jared Allen, the poster over Jalen Duren. It's building a lot of momentum, a lot of confidence right now for this Cavs team. Can they continue it? And I'll tell you what, unlike the... Where's my glasses cleaner? All right, well, they're not there. Well, unlike the Orlando Magic, this Cleveland team won't be scoring 19 points in the second half. Gabriel Gobi, what's up, Gabriel Gobi? Kay Hazy said, oh, this is what Cleveland looks like when they play well. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Even going back to the Toronto series, I don't know if they've played particularly that well in either of those games. Jason said, told y'all couldn't trust Duren. Jalen Duren today, 7 points and a rebound. I've been harping on Evan Mobley, man, but this is unacceptable. I've been harping on Evan Mobley rebounds until you notice this. And this is just flat out unacceptable, man. You can't have this. Cade Cunningham now off the court. Pistons will bring it down. Teeth in the Morning said, this is exactly what I wanted to see. If the Cavs go on a run, can Detroit overcome it? Guess we'll see. In prime position to do so. 13-point lead for the Cavs. Again, not a super large lead in modern NBA. So Pistons not out of it yet, not even close. They'll have their opportunities here. Jenkins up top, coming to his left off the screen. They get it over to Duren, rolling to the rim, and an easy two-handed slam. Not the kind of defensive play you want to come out with if you're the Cavs, but an excellent offensive play for the Pistons to get themselves back on the board, build a little bit of momentum. Mitchell bringing it down. He's clearly feeling it. He's got 18 points so far here. Being guarded by Duncan Robinson again. Your windmill past him. Can't get the floater to go. It looks like Robinson blocked it. What a block from Robinson. Harris bringing it down the other way. Leaves it off for Jenkins. Jenkins up top. He'll line up the straightaway three. He'll miss it wide left. Not a good shot from Jenkins. Strus with the rebound. Home run hit ahead past to Harden. Harden throws a lob over the top to Mobley. He's got Jenkins on him. He goes up, gets fouled by Harris. He's going to the foul line for two. And Harris, a little bit of a frustration foul. He doesn't, give him a hard foul or anything, but he just kind of comes down across the arms and doesn't even really try to make a play on the ball. He's just like, I'm just going to send him to the foul line. And to me, that rings a little bit of frustration. You know you're out of position. Obviously, there's not much you could do at that point. But doesn't even really go for the ball. He just kind of wraps up Mobley, and he's like, I'm not even going to try. Just going to send him to the foul line for two. Now, to be fair, Mobley is 1 for 4 from the foul line, make it 1 for 5 as he misses another one. Jeez, Mobley. Jeez Louise, man. Evan Mobley, what is going on, man? Isaiah Gardner said Mobley is trash. He's not helping his case tonight, man. He's not. Isaiah Gardner, Cavs finally looking like the Cavs. A little bit. Mobley does at least knock down the second free throw. And Dennis Jenkins will bring it down. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the second. A big end to the half here if you're the Pistons. You want this at least hovering around 10, if not obviously in single digits. So we'll see what they can come up with. They get it to Duren in the high post. Duren being guarded by Jared Allen. Driving to his right. Spins, got nowhere to go. Got nowhere to go. They kick it out, Duncan Robinson, as Harden got completely lost. Extra pass, Dana Jenkins in open corner three, can't get it to go. Strus knocks the rebound away from Duren. Mitchell able to grab it. Mitchell bringing it down, has it on the left wing, pulls it out, dancing with it, crosses over, right past Robinson. Beautiful again, stutter step Euro, past Tobias Harris in the paint after he blew right past Duncan Robinson on the perimeter. Duncan Robinson has been awful defensively today. Horrendous. Karis LeVert has it up top. He was huge in the first half. And that's a moving screen on Jalen Duren, his third foul now. Cunningham with 3, which I think plays into the part why he's out of this game right now. Don't want him to pick up a 4th going into halftime. And now Jalen Duren picks up his 3rd. Your 2 stars, your 2 best players struggling with foul trouble here tonight. Kinahara said, I'm still hyped up, mood because of the Knicks. Up 3-0, brother. Up 3-0, absolutely. Freeway Hustler said, Duren is good. I just think people think he was better. He really is than he really is. That's why he disappoints. Yeah, I mean, at the same time, brother, he made an all-star game this year. He was taking a huge offensive leap. They get it into Jared Allen, trying to bang bodies with Isaiah Stewart, flips it up to the left hand, and he draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. It's a 14-point lead. Allen to the foul line for 2 can make it a 16-point lead. Here come the Cavs. I get what you mean, Freeway Hustler. Was that you or was that somebody else? Freeway Hustler said, I never thought Mobley was that great either. He's another player that people had exaggerated expectations on. Very true. Very true. Yeah, it was you, Freeway, who talked about Duren is good. You think people just had overrated expectations for him? To be fair, as Jared Allen misses a free throw, these missed free throws from Cleveland. You should have like an 18-point lead right now. That's how I always think about it. All these easy points at the foul line, you just giving away. Jalen Duren, he made an all-star game. Cade Cunningham goes out with a collapsed lung, and they think Detroit's going to slide. And and Jalen Duren stepped in there, and he was fantastic. It was like over 20 points every single night. And he hasn't had a game over 20 points in the playoffs at all. Like, I think it'd be different if, he was inconsistent. But to not be really effective at all during this playoff run is rough. It's really rough. Allen knocks down the second free throw at least. 61-46. LeVert dancing with it against Strus. Driving to his right. Stops, turns, spins. Fall away jumper over him. Can't get it to go. Allen battling for the board. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Pistons. Nick Yak said, Cavs won't play 2 bigs last game. Allen hardly played. Yeah. Kiara said, I was overly high on Mobley, not going to lie. Oh, I was never that high on Mobley. I was like, show me some toughness before I think you're going to be better than that. And we're going to get a challenge here? We're going to get a challenge here from Kenny Atkinson. What is with these early game challenges? Why? Show us the replay. Is he looking for approximate foul? Is it off of? There's a lot of grabbing and holding on that play. I don't know if I would have challenged this. Detroit Boy said Duren, offense is mostly created by others. Very true. Very true. But again, Cade Cunningham, oh yeah, that's a foul on Duren. I mean, that's a foul on Isaiah Stewart. Got an arm full of jersey against Jared Allen there. They're gonna make that a foul on Stewart. That's gonna be 2 fouls on Stewart. Racking up the fouls here for Detroit. I never believed in Mobley, mostly because it was like, okay, like he's got potential, and I think he could be really good, but like show me a level of physicality and toughness first, or a 3-point shot. Like one of the 2 things you needed to develop, and so far he hasn't developed either. And I was like, I'll believe him. I'll believe him when I see it with Mobley, and I haven't seen it, unfortunately. Detroit Boy said Duren offense is mostly created by others. Very true, but again, Cade Cunningham went out with the injury, and Duren was still over 20 points for majority of those games while he missed and carried the offense and played a little bit as a hub. And I think his confidence has been sapped during this playoff run. Multiple times he's tried to isolate and go to the basket, and he just like stops in his own tracks where he either bobbles the ball or mishandles it, or just maybe he's afraid of picking up an offensive foul or whatever, and just picks it up and he's like, okay, I'll kick it out now, guys. It's like you just wasted 4 seconds on the shot clock, brother. We only have 24 of those, needs, obviously, it's already, his trainers are already making notes of like, all right, got to work on some post moves, a couple of face-up dribble moves for him. He needs he's 22 years old, so he's going to get better. Going to get way better. Jay Hammer said so much better than Kareem from 3 and drive. Who is that? Kareem from 3 and drive? So it's a successful challenge. So we had a failed challenge. This is a successful challenge. And it is a foul on Stewart. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? Who do you think makes it out of this matchup? Detroit. I think Detroit still makes it out. Kinar said agree, either 3 or a more physical dominance and aggression inside. Yeah, I mean, obviously we'd love both, but you got to give us one of those, man. One of those things, and that's been evident since his rookie year. It will give him his sophomore year, you know, because your rookie year, you're just figuring things out. Once you come into your sophomore year and you're a little bit more comfortable, then you truly find out the things like, oh, I really need to develop this. And Mobley, we've known for a while, you got to get tougher in the paint, or you got to develop a 3, and probably both, and he hasn't done either of those. It's really hampered his development. He looks a lot more of the same than he was last year, except the three-point shot has been rough. As Jared Allen misses another free throw. My goodness. All the free points left on the table for the Cavs here today. They would have a 20-point lead if they just knocked down the open ones. Knock down the free points at the line. We do have a successful challenge. Let's fill that in. Jared Allen does rattle in the second free throw at least. My goodness. It's a 16-point lead by the Cavs to get it to Stewart, hand it off to Robinson, coming off the screen, inside the Stewart, rolling to the rim, layup with the right hand, got it to go for Isaiah Stewart. Beautiful, beautiful pass from Duncan Robinson. Beautiful play by the Pistons there. Mobley will bring it down. All right, Mobley. Mobley up top being guarded by Harris. Hands it off to Harden. Harden being guarded by Dennis Jenkins. 15 seconds to go. Harden swings through to his left, off the Mobley screen, slips it over to Mobley, down the lane. Big two-handed hammer, Evan Mobley over Isaiah Stewart. A couple of posters here for the Detroit Pistons, one by Allen over Duren, as Harris throws up the pull-up 3, can't get it to go. Jared Allen, the rebound, over to Mitchell. Mitchell hit ahead. Harden at the buzzer, doesn't get it off in time, doesn't get it to go anyway, but that'll be the end of our first half. And you want to talk about momentum? How about a poster from Evan Mobley? You want to talk about aggression and going to the basket and playing with a level of physicality? How about a poster over Isaiah Stewart? Big two-handed hammer over. How about Jared Allen with a big poster over Jalen Duren in the first quarter? How about Donovan Mitchell with a highlight double crossover, pull back, step back 3 over Duncan Robinson? A lot going the Cavs' way right now. This is exactly the kind of performance they needed. Exactly the kind of performance they needed. And I'm still curious as to where my glasses cleaner is. Oh, there they are. But we got a couple of things to go over. David Jr., what's up, David? I like Mitch over Embiid better. It was definitely better. It was definitely better. I mean, it was literally over the top. This is a little flyby defense from both Duren and Isaiah Stewart. Trying to get a hand in there to lock it, but also not entirely trying to take up the front of the rim. TD in the morning said, ooh, rough second quarter for the Pistons. They need to reevaluate and come out in the second half ready to play. Yeah, I mean, it's only a 16-point game. It's a nice sizable lead for the Cavs. It's a nice lead to take into halftime, but it's obviously not even close to being insurmountable by this team, especially considering that the Cavs do have James Harden. And I think Nick Yak said it before, James Harden could absolutely give this game away. Donovan Mitchell with 20 points in the first half, though. Wow, Donovan Mitchell was hooping out there. 20, extremely aggressive and extremely efficient for Donovan Mitchell. Isaiah Garner said Cavs are missing too many free throws. Yeah, we'll look at it right now. Nick Yak said 7+ foot players with extremely long arms. The skyhook is impossible to stop. I mean, everybody's been saying it since the dawn of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but unfortunately, there's a level of skill and like a dedication to practicing that shot that comes with it that I don't think players are willing to put the time in to do it. Like, it's easy to say just go to the skyhook, but there's so much that goes into the skyhook. Positioning, working on it from all avenues of the court, like all spots on the court, shooting the skyhook with either hand, turning over either shoulder. And the thing about the skyhook that goes so underrated, especially in the NBA. Like, it's different between like us practicing in a gym or using it during, scrimmages or whatever at the gym, just hooping around with the guys. The difference in the NBA is that there's a level of physicality when playing in the post that there's so much that goes into leg strength, core strength, and balance work that I don't think these guys, it's not that they're not willing to put in the effort. I think it's that they're not willing to put in the effort solely into that skyhook move. Because they're like, well, why am I putting so much effort into the skyhook when I could be putting that effort into improving my range as a three-point shooter or doing all the other things? So I assume that's what the mentality is, where it's like, well, I should be working on my handle and my three-point shooting, which is not something that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was worried about. But in modern basketball, you need players who could dribble, pass, and shoot. You need to be able to put the ball on the floor, even if it's just a little bit. Like even Jared Allen is working on dribble drills during the offseason because it's going to be important at a certain time if they give it to him out in the high post and he's playing as a hub and players aren't paying attention to him. He's going to have to take the ball off the bounce and be able to beat a guy off the dribble every now and again. Not often, but he's got to have that in his toolkit. So a lot of these guys, they're like, all right, what is the cost value of spending my entire offseason on maybe getting to a point where I could utilize it in the NBA game with the skyhook because it takes so much time and effort to get good at it versus like, well, I could work on improving my ball handling even just a little bit, work on improving my shooting even just a little bit, work on improving my vision by staying in the film room and watching nothing but film and understanding the avenues on the court that I could be more aggressive in. Also working on my body in terms of getting, more flexible and more athletic and stronger and improving all these other aspects of me. And it's like, there's so much that goes into the skyhook where it feels like your entire offseason would be spent just working on it to maybe get it to the point where you could utilize it like 3 or 4 times in a game. Because again, they're not dumping the ball into these guys in the post, but also even if they do and they know you have a skyhook in you, they'll stop allowing you to play in the post and they'll front you, right? And shout out Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he's 7'3". He's 7'3". Like Mobley, 6'11". Maybe he's 7 feet, but about that height. It's a little different where he gets fronted versus Kareem getting fronted, but also Kareem was like a dude who battled down in the paint. Like he wouldn't walk away at halftime with 3 rebounds like Mobley is. I'm with you guys in the sense that I'd love to see a player come into the league with a skyhook or work on it at some point and be able to utilize it in an NBA game. Just once. I don't want to see a guy utilize the skyhook, like a true skyhook, not like a little flip skyhook that we've seen some guys utilize. It's a little floating push shot that's kind of like a hook shot. Nah, I want to see the full one leg flipping it with the wrist skyhook. That's what I want to see. I would love to see it. I think it's one of the coolest moves ever. Keenan Hart said Allen is so dang soft. I'm going to push back a little bit on that Keenan Hart. I do think he is soft. I think he does get that. I mean, he only got the 1 rebound tonight. I'm harping on the rebounds a lot by the big men here. 1 rebound for Jared Allen and 3 rebounds for Mobley's not good. We go on the other side, 2 rebounds by Stewart, and Jalen Duren I think only has the 1 rebound as well. Jalen Duren also only has the 1 rebound. So the bigs, I don't know if it's just that there's a lot of perimeter shots going on, so there's not a lot of rebounds in the paint, and these rebounds are more so flying out to the perimeter, to the guards and the wings. But if you're a big, you can't walk away from a half with 1 or 2 rebounds, and you played majority of the half. It's not like if Karl Anthony Towns got into foul trouble and he walked into halftime with 3 rebounds. Like, that guy's grabbing 10 rebounds a game, no matter what, right? The fleas with the fleas. Freeway Hustler said, true, I'm saying Duren should be compared to Tyson Jordan Capella. I'll take Duren over Allen any day. Yeah, I probably would too. Maybe during a playoff run, I might take Allen. But I also think there's a level of creativity that's lacking right now with Jalen Duren. Not just with him, like with him for sure, but also if they had more creative ball handling players, you're playing a lot of Duncan Robinson, a lot of Tobias Harris, some Javonte Green, a lot of All-Star Thompson, a little bit of Ron Holland in there. And it's like these guys aren't going to be able to run a traditional pick and roll with Jalen Duren to throw him slip passes or pocket passes as he rolls to the rim or anything like that, or lobs in any case, right? Right, like we look at Mitchell Robinson. Like, is Jalen Duren just kind of like Mitchell Robinson on offense? I think he's better than that. I think he's got better hands. He's got a softer touch. I think he could take a dribble and make a move and spin and finish in the paint. Nick Yak said, Will, the greatest athlete in the world, could do it all and couldn't block many of Kareem's shot. And 57% shooting was hard in the 60s. It was. But also, by the time Wilt was going up against Kareem, wasn't Wilt like towards the end of his athletic prime? Like, wasn't he at the end of that? The end of his career? I said, exactly. People claim Towns is soft. I see him top 3 league rebounding. So, yeah. I mean, look, man. Does Towns make some silly faces during the game? Yeah. Does Towns flail the arms out that make you go like, come on, man, get back on defense? Yeah. Does Towns maybe bobble the ball whenever he's trying to go to the basket and it looks really goofy and clumsy, and he looks like he's taking about 7 steps because he's like stepping like this, trying to beat a defender off the dribble because he's not quick enough to do so. Yeah, all of those things are true. Is that dude tough as nails down in the paint, boxing out, snagging contested rebounds? Yeah, he's going to match the physicality. Is he going to make silly faces while he does it and look like he's in pain and anguish when he does? Sure. We can freeze frame it and grab those pictures and be like, look how soft Towns is. But not really, because in that instance, he's pushing people out of the paint, he's snagging these rebounds. Freeway Hustler said, and he makes free throws. Love Mitch, though. Yeah, I love Mitch. Favorite player on the team. But yeah, man, those free throws are rough. I'll take Jalen Duren, unfortunately. Twilson, what's up, Twilson? Vic, what's up, Vic? Does Towns look like Gumby? Yes. Nick Yak, I read that one about the Will. Yeah, Detroit boy. Chevy with his skyhook? I'm not going to act like I didn't try to utilize that skyhook back in the day. Was it effective? Never. I maybe made one. And like all my time messing around with the boys on the court, maybe made one skyhook. All right, let's take a look at the box score. Actually, let's start with the team stats. Then we'll take a look at the box score while also comparing it to our bingo card here. Let's see what's going wrong with the Pistons here, because they are dominating the boards. I mean, they have so many offensive rebounds. And they're dominating the possession battle. Look at this number. 13 more shot attempts than the Cavs. This is not a good sign for the Pistons. It's also not a great sign for the Cavs, because it could go one of two ways, obviously. Detroit, after having a miserable shooting first half there, Nick Yak said Wemby could be more effective playing closer to the rim for offensive rebounds than shooting 35% threes we can get from smaller players. He's definitely dialed back his three-point attempts this season. So he's learning on the fly. We've never seen a player like Wemby. Like, sure, we want him closer to the paint, but also is that going to put a level of miles and physicality on him that, that maybe you don't want, because maybe you want him playing 12 years and maybe not 8 years, like Yao Ming or something. Like we've never seen a player like Wemby before. So they're figuring it out. They're figuring out the balance of a perimeter game for a guy who's 7'6", who plays like a guard, but also a guy who's 7'6", so you want him by the basket as much as possible. Like, they're figuring it out. We've never seen a player like him with his skills coming to the league, with his body type, with his mentality. So they're figuring it out. It's something we've never seen before. It's easy to say, yeah, put the 7'6" guy closer to the basket, but also the guy can shoot threes. Like, a 7'6" dude who shoots 35% from three, like, okay, I kind of want him shooting a couple threes, He and I said Wemby way better in balance this year. Yeah, and I think it's an underrated part of athleticism, because the obvious things with athleticism is, leaping ability, speed, quickness, even strength. Stuff like that is like really obvious athleticism that pops visually, versus like balance doesn't pop visually. But like players with awesome balance like are they usually become awesome basketball players. Balance is so important in the NBA and in basketball in general as a sport. You look at like Kyrie. Why does Kyrie have such amazing handles? Why can he finish at the rim? Balance. He's always on balance. You're never going to knock him off balance, right? Which is why he can knock down shots off balance. Same with Kevin Durant. How come Kevin Durant never got super buff and put on a ton of weight and a ton of muscle? Because it was more important to keep equilibrium and keep balance, right, with his perimeter game. Improved a lot of core strength with Durant, too. I think a lot doesn't get talked about enough about how strong his core actually is. I know his arms aren't as big as a lot of people would like them to be, but that's not that's not usually like the sign. Like for an NBA player, like yes, you want a level of strength in your arms for sure. Yes, absolutely. But long gone are the days where like you could just pack on 50 pounds of muscle and still be an awesome basketball player. Like the game is way too fast, and you got to keep up with way too much going on. Detroit boy said Wemby's doing just fine. Come on. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, he's going to be a favorite to win MVP next year. He might win the finals this year. I mean, he just took it to Rudy Gobert, who just locked up Jokic in the series. And he just took it to Rudy Gobert with a stat line we haven't seen in years that's only been accomplished 4 times in NBA history. 39-15 with 5 blocks? Insane. So like I said, I think they'll figure it out, the balance of him out on the perimeter and the balance of him in the paint. Freeway said that, well, Wemby is deceptively strong. If you watch him, players are very physical with him, and he still shines, unlike Mobley and Allen. Yeah, and he's also grabbing like 15 rebounds. And I know he's 7'6", but like he's also super skinny. But to your point, Freeway, about the deceptively strong thing, he's got a extremely high center of gravity. So if you can get under him and knock him off balance and push him, but also improved core strength, as well as improved arm strength, of course, as well. Muscles can develop strength, power, and flexibility. Generally, basketball, you want power and flexibility. Yeah. I mean, you want to be strong, but you also want to maintain. It's a balance. You obviously need to add muscle and strength for younger guys, like usually teenagers coming in as one-and-done college players coming to the league. You got to grow into a grown man's body. Like you have to add strength, of course, and get stronger. And usually that means getting a bit bigger. But generally, you want to find the balance. Mitchell Robinson talked about this, actually. Remember when he broke his foot and he was out the entirety of the season? And he was like, remember when Mitchell Robinson came to the league? He was like a pencil. He was just super thin. He was jumping out of the gym. And then he broke his foot. And what did he do during that time when he broke his foot? He added on like 60 pounds, 40, whatever the number was. An insane amount of muscle. He walked into training camp like this all of a sudden. He was like, hello, guys. I'm ready to play center again. And we were like, whoa! And then suddenly, he wasn't even really able to jump the way he used to. Like, he's barely getting his hands over the rim nowadays. Or back then. Nowadays, he slimmed down a little bit more, and he talked about this. He was like, yeah, I added too much muscle, and I became too heavy, and I wasn't as flexible and quick as I used to be, and it was a level of adjustment there. And it was like, you got to find the balance of being strong while also being flexible and quick and still having that quick twitch muscle. Nicky said, playing in the paint on offense would get more rebounds, putbacks, and probably score more points. Would it? Would it? Playing closer to the basket means like he'd be matched up with like Rudy Gobert in this series. And Rudy Gobert would love Wembanyama to just stick around the paint, because it would be significantly easier to guard him. The thing that makes Wemby difficult to guard is like, yeah, you're going to have to pay attention to him when he's close to the basket. You're also going to have to pay attention to him when he's in the mid-range. You're also going to have to pay attention to him when he's out by the three-point line. You're probably also going to have to pay attention to him while he's out by the logo, because he can do all of that. Limiting a player just because they're tall to just playing in the paint limits your versatility and limits the things you can do offensively. The reason why the Spurs are the way they are is because Wemby can do it all. Why limit a 7-footer to just playing in the paint? Why? When he can knock down threes, when he can knock down the perimeter shot. Why are we acting like Wembanyama averages like 6 rebounds a game? He had 15 rebounds the other night and 5 block shots. He doesn't need to just hang out by the paint. He hangs out by the paint more than enough. He's by the paint constantly. He's not just out on the perimeter. He does it all. Keenar said, too much bulk and strength, not enough power, flexibility. Ray, helpful for avoiding injury? Ray, helpful? I don't know what typo that was. But yeah, there's it's a balance. It's a balance. Minji showed on that dunk, he got the power and flex back. Yeah. And he talked about, like, I added too much muscle when I got too big. And I needed to slim down while keeping the strength and finding the balance to get that flexibility, that quick titch back, that ability to explode off the floor again. Now, he doesn't jump as high as he used to, but we could also attribute that a little bit to the injuries as well. We didn't go through the box score the way we said, and we are already back in the second half here. Too much talking to you guys. You guys got me talking too much. Mark said, how you feeling today? After yesterday's win, I'm on cloud 9. I'm ready to go. We're going to the conference finals. We take a 3-0 lead without OG Anunoby. I'm feeling amazing. Mobley in the paint. Now I just need Cleveland to win, and he draws the foul on Tobias Harris there. Now I just need Cleveland to win to extend this series so we can get OG Anunoby some more rest. If the Knicks, I wouldn't play him in Game 4. If the Knicks beat Philly in Game 4 and they sweep the series, you can continue to rest OG, and you can just sit back, get OG Anunoby's leg treated properly so it's 100% ready to go for this Cavs series. For this Pistons series, or Cavs, depending on how they're playing today, and Mobley misses yet another free throw. We didn't even go through the team stats. I said we would, and I got stuck talking about possession battles, which the Pistons are dominating. Mobley misses yet another free throw. Take Howard said, super proud of McHale. Truly stepped up in the last 3 games. Yeah, he has. He's been fantastic. Mobley does at least knock down the second free throw. Here comes All-Star Thompson bringing it down. Thompson has it up top, being guarded by Mobley, coming to his left. They get over to Duren. Duren being guarded by Allen. They get over to Cunningham. Cunningham being guarded by Wade. They get over to Duren, being guarded by Jared Allen. Has it in the mid-post. Duren kicks it back out to Cunningham. Didn't even look at the basket. Cunningham's going to now have to operate. Gets 2 on the ball. Pass gets deflected. Picks it back up. Gets it over to Duren. Duren pump fake, goes up. Lefty layup. Got it to go. Mobley got hit with the second pump fake and then had to back off. Didn't want to give him a cheap foul there. Duren knocks down the easy shot. Mitchell spins off of Cade. Cunningham in the paint, knocks down the floater. Cunningham playing with the 3 fouls, doesn't want to pick up a cheap 4th foul. Thompson also has 3 fouls. My goodness. 17-point lead for the Cavs here. 3-3-3 for your 3 best players for the Pistons here is not a good sign. Let's see if they can stay out of foul trouble the remainder of the game. Cunningham to the rim, lefty layup, can't get it to go, looking for a foul. He does get the foul. It's going to go to the foul line for 2. Freeway said these missed free throws are going to come back to bite them. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. They always do. They always do. Let's continue to go down here real quick. Take a look at it. 3-point shooting. 2 3-pointers made for Detroit here. That's not how you win basketball games. 7 made for the Cavs. They're fantastic. 7 for 13. Free throw lines. Cunningham knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Free throw line here. He's going to knock down the second one, too. We just saw that change. 16 attempts, 12 for 16. They've missed 4. 10 for 18. They've missed 8. That's going to come back to bite you. That's a 4-point swing right there. Yak said Bridges started playing better after we went down 2-1. Yes, indeed, he did. Yes, indeed, he did. He locked in. He locked in. I mean, he was playing well defensively for that entire Hawks series, but it's hard to give him credit for that when he was a nothing burger offensively. Again, you can't have only one-way players come playoff time. You need guys to be able to play both ways. But Cunningham knocked down both free throws. They swing it around. Mitchell up top, dancing with it against Cunningham. Crosses over on him. Step back 3. Nope, they call the travel. Do we have that up here? Travel mark, yes, sir. Do we have it on a bingo card? Yes, of course we do. I love me a travel bingo spot. It's all the way down here. Again, we'll go through the box score and see what we got cooking here. Did we have a logo 3? I don't think we had a logo 3. Here we go. Cunningham bringing it down off the travel. 15-point lead for the Cavs here. It's not a very large lead at all in my book. Cunningham has it on the baseline. They try to sneak it inside to Thompson, but the ball careens over to Harris. Harris in the paint, spins. He's got Mobley on him. Has to kick it out to Robinson. 5 in the clock. He's going to throw up a 3 over Mitchell. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Off of Duren. It's going to go back to the Cavs. AP, what's up, AP? He said BAP. What's BAP, brother? They get over to Mobley up top. Wide open straightaway 3. Mobley misses it off the back rim. Duren with the long rebound. Hands it off to Thompson. Thompson pushing the other way. Full head of steam. Going right to the basket. Reverse layup. Got it to go. What kind of defense is that from Cleveland? I know All-Star Thompson is supremely athletic, but nobody's going to stop the ball. Nobody's going to come and contest at the rim. Terrible defense. Harden has it up top, being guarded by Harris on a switch. It's only a 13-point game. Detroit's going to slowly chip away at this. See if the Cavs can continue to get scores here to keep them at bay. Harden's going to dance with it against Duren. Harden with the double step back 3 over Duren. Harden can't get it to go. Rebounded by Harris. They go over to Thompson. Thompson pushing the other way. Home run pass Duren. Catches. He's going to pull it back out as Mobley recovers. Stop, half spin, pump fake. Puts up the jumper over Harden. Terrible. Throws up a brick. Hit the back before it hit the rim. And now here comes Donovan Mitchell bringing it down the other way. That confidence from Jalen Duren, I don't know what happened to it, but it's gone right now. Offensive confidence is gone. Mitchell, the slip pass to Mobley. Mobley swings it out to Harden. He'll drive it to his left along the baseline and throw up the floater off glass. He's going to bank it in off glass. I don't even have this up for you guys. My bad. My bad. Back to 15 it goes. 69 to 54 here with under 9, or just about 9 to go. A little over 9 to go. Cunningham on the right wing being guarded by Harden. Cunningham has it along the baseline. And 3-second violation on Mobley there. AB said, take a guess. BAP? BAP? BAP. The only thing that's coming to mind is B2A. BTA. What's BAP? Keenar said, what's the matter, AP? You don't show up in the next stream because we look too good. Shout out my guy, AP, man. He knows what he's doing. He's playing his role. Got to continue to play the role. Thompson has it at the foul line. Spins off of Allen. Goes right into Mobley. Spins again. Fall away. Can't get the friendly bounce on the fall away jumper. Loose ball. Allen able to pick it up. They did knock down that technical free throw off the 3-second violation. So it's 55 to 69. Mitchell bringing it down the other way. Coming to us right off the Allen screen, being guarded by Thompson. Mitchell's going to dance with it, pull it out, being guarded by Duren. Mitchell has it up top, isolated. He's going to look to attack. Rhythm dribble, pull up 3 from Mitchell. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound to Harris. Harris will bring it down the other way. Harris up top, head of steam, attacking Mobley, steps through, lefty layup, can't get it to go. Rebound careens it over to Mobley. Mobley bringing it down, now going to slow it down. A little over 8 to go. Timer still going? Keep going, timer. Catch up soon. They swing it over to Harden, right wing three, in and out, and stays out, rebounded by Harris. A lot of missed shots from both sides to start this second half here. They hit ahead to Duncan Robinson, over to Cunningham. Cunningham has it in the post, being guarded by Mitchell. It's coming to his left, spins back to his right, crosses over to his left. Foul line pull-up jumper, comes up short, rebounded by Mobley. Mobley bringing it down. Mobley up top, being guarded by Thompson. Thompson almost picked his pocket. Mobley picks the ball back up. He's got nowhere to go. Tries to hand it off to Mitchell, gets knocked out of bounds by Thompson. It'll stay here with the Cavs. Superstitions is working. I know the part you're playing, AP. I get you, brother. I get you. Keenar said, so it comes out that AP is a Pistons fan? I don't know. Nick Yak said BAP? Maybe. That might be it. BAP? They get it into Harden. Harden up top being guarded by Cunningham. 7:44 to go. Harden coming to his left, driving it down, behind the back pass. Mobley, pump fakes, fly-by defense. They swing it out. Dean Wade wide open right corner three. Dean Wade rattles in and out, but it ultimately pops out. And Harris with the rebound. Here comes Thompson. And a lot of break shots here in this second half. Thompson attacking, kicks it out. Harris wide open left wing three. How does that happen for the Cavs? And Harris finally gets one to go down. Gets him off the schneid, and it's an 11-point game. 7:20 to go here. My goodness, Cleveland, more than a couple of opportunities, man. Yak said, I see AP in other chats. He isn't playing a role. He just doesn't believe we have. No, see, the thing about Nick Yak is that he's a method actor. He once he's in the role, Nick Yak, he stays in the role. Isaiah Garner said, Dern looking real scary. Yeah, Jalen Dern, 11.3 boards. He does have 11 points, though. Does have 11 points. Let's go back to the team stats during this timeout break. We did a terrible job at halftime actually covering the game. Spent too much time talking to each other. Free throws are about even now. So 18 attempts to 17 attempts. And the Cavs have missed 8. Pistons have missed 5. It's close to even. Not the worst thing in the world. Both teams missing some free throws here. Obviously more detrimental to the Cavs. Rebounds 26 to 21. Evening out a little bit. Detroit was dominating the boards earlier in the game. Offensive rebounds, though, is 12 to 1. 12 offensive rebounds in the first half to 1. Wow, Cleveland. Allen, Mobley, you want to snag a rebound? It'd be great if you could. Assists 11 to 15. Steals 7 steals for Detroit. 2 blocks for Detroit. 5 blocks for Cleveland though. Total turnovers 8 to 9. So still about even there. We have points in the paint 36 to 32, about even. Even fast break points 8 to 4. Neither team really getting out and running too much. Largest lead 7 and 17. The Cavs have led 67% of the game. Usually bodes well. Usually that's a good sign for the team who's led majority of the night, forcing the other team to play in a comeback. Suns Gen, what's up, Suns Gen? It's all about the friendships we made along the way. Yeah, the true treasure are the friends we made along the way. The true championship are all the friends we made. That's the true championship. So now we can take a look at the box score. We are about 4.5 minutes into this third quarter now. So let's take a look at it in relation to our bingo card here. We have Logo 3. We need Strus for 10 points and 2 threes. And Max Strus tonight, not really giving you that. He's got 0 points, over 2 from the field. He does have 4 boards, but we need him for 2 threes and 10 points. We'll see if he can get that here in the second half. He's more than capable. Nick Yak said, we played OKC tough when you're a better team now, and they're dealing with injuries and not as dominant. I think that's true. Yak. Absolutely. What else do we need here? We have Mobley for 3 stocks. Mobley had 3 blocks in the first half, and he's still sitting, or he had 2 blocks in the first half. Still sitting with the 2 blocks. No steals yet for Mobley. What else do we have? We have Harris for 15 points. Tobias Harris is sitting with 13. 2 points away from filling in that square right there. We need Cade for 30. He's not on pace for 30. Cade with 13. Although we have seen him go off before. So he's more than capable of still getting 30. That's still on the board possibly. We need Allen for 15 and 8. Jared Allen has 13, so he's getting there with the points, but he's not getting there with the rebounds. Only 2 rebounds for Jared Allen. Thompson for 3 stocks. All-Star Thompson has 0 steals and 0 blocks. That's a problem for the Pistons. 4-point play. Mitchell for 30 is definitely on pace for that. Robinson 3 threes. Duncan Robinson has 1 made 3 tonight. Dern for 20. Doesn't seem likely, but it's not out of the realm of possibility still. We need Tyson for 10. That's not looking great either. But we'll continue to go through it in a second. Here we go. Jared Allen has it up top. They get over to Harden. They swing it out to Wade. Wade ran off the line. He'll take it into the paint, pulls it back out, kicks it over to Strus. Coming to his right, Strus stops, pulls it out, swings it over to Harden. Harden up top. Shot clock winding down. 5 to go. He's got to make something out of nothing. They get over to Strus. Strus, a deep, straightaway 3. Give it to me, Max Strus. Big time shot to get it back up to 14 and quell some of that Detroit momentum there. Here comes Thompson bringing it down the other way. Thompson up top being guarded by Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder gave them great minutes in that first half. Great activity, great physicality. They get over to Cunningham up top being guarded by Wade. Cunningham coming to his left, being guarded by Harden on a switch. Cunningham crosses over down the lane against Jared Allen. Gets blocked by Allen, picked up his own loose ball, and he lays it up and in. Back to 12 it goes. Approaching the halfway point of this third quarter. Harden coming to his left off the Allen screen. Slips it over to Allen. He can't handle the pass. It goes through his fingertips. Duncan Robinson bringing it down the other way. Robinson picks up his handle. Gets it over to Cunningham. Cunningham in the right corner. Gets it over to Thompson. Cutting to the rim. Thompson layup. Got it to go. And again, terrible defense from the Cavs there. They cut it to 10. Here comes Detroit. Here they come. Schroeder up top. Coming to his left off a Strus screen. Up top, gets it over to Max Strus. He'll line up another deep straightaway 3. He'll miss it off the back rim. Dean Wade skying for a rebound, knocks it loose, but Robinson able to corral it. And here comes Cade Cunningham. Cunningham has it up top. Cunningham directing traffic. It's a 10-point game. They can get it back to single digits here. They've trailed by as many as 17. Cunningham crosses over to his left, picked up by Schroeder, spinning to his right, sees a double team. They kick it out. All-Star Thompson will confidently step into a 3, and he'll confidently knock down a 3. All-Star Thompson, a couple of huge baskets here, and they say the toe was on the line. They caught a long 2. That sucks for Thompson, who obviously doesn't really like to shoot jump shots, but shot that one there, but he knocked it down. But unfortunately, it's not a 3. It is a long 2. Harden has it up top. 8-point game. Harden coming to his right, picked up by Duncan Robinson. Harden going to look to operate and dance. Double step back 3 off the crossover. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, battled for, knocked loose. Picked up by Strus, out of bounds. It's not picked up by Strus, but it is out of bounds, and it's out of bounds off of Jalen Duren, so the ball's going to stay here with the Cavs. You know, Nick Yak said, those games were close to the final score. We had a nice lead game 1. We're truly playing better now. We are indeed. We are indeed. James Harden gets it into Jared Allen. Jared Allen, about 5 minutes to go. Hands it off to Strus. Strus coming to his left. Driving it down. Hands it off to Harden. Harden up top, being guarded by Cunningham. Shot clock winding down again. Harden struggling with his handle. Dancing with it. Crosses over to his right. Leaning in. Gets blocked by Thompson. And then Harden picks up a loose ball off to Cunningham. Tried to throw a pass out. They get over to Tyson. He'll drive it in. Throws a lob up top. And Jared Allen lays it up and in. Over. Is that Paul Reed in there? That is Paul Reed. Paul Reed in the building. Making an appearance here tonight. Came up huge in that Orlando series. Can he come up huge here today with Duren and Stewart both being largely ineffective? They swing it out. Duncan Robinson, the left wing 3. He answers right back. He knocks down the 3. It's back to 7. Back to single digits. 9-2 run for the Pistons. Schroeder has it on the right wing. Coming to his left off the Strus screen. Dennis Schroeder has it up top, being guarded by Duncan Robinson. Quick crossover to his right, driving it down, leans in, throws it to the floater, or maybe a lob attempt to Jared Allen. Got broken up by the Pistons. Here comes Detroit, over to Robinson, ran off the line, in the paint, throws a lob up top, and an easy 2, and it's lane for Paul Reed there. And we're going to get a timeout for the Cavs, and we got a 5-point lead here for Cleveland, but Detroit right on their heels in an 11-2 run. Here we go. You know, I said Jalen Tyson, now there's a decent player. I like Jalen Tyson quite a bit. I don't know why he didn't take that 3. Take that 3, brother. He's lost confidence. Second-year player. Second-year player. Mark said Cleveland's going to cough this up because they suck and Harden is cursed. Harden with 10 and 6 tonight. Jared Allen with 16. Only 2 rebounds, though. Dennis Schroeder was nice in the first half. Hasn't had that level of impact here in the second half. Max Strus finally hit a 3. He's got 3 points and 1 made 3. It's not going to get it done. Not going to get it done for a bingo card either. Let's go back to our box score here. Chaos Kid, Cleveland rocks, Cleveland sucks. Super Morty Man said, I wish it was a dope home. I wish, maybe in a dream. A home win? I mean, you guys had 2 home games, and the building did not sound electric, brother. I'll tell you that. TT in the morning said, here we go. Pistons making plays, trying to recover. I mean, almost there, fully recovered. 6-point ball game. I don't know why I'm shortchanging Cleveland a point here. It's 75-69. 6-point ball game here. Detroit boy, here we come. Here you go. Fully expect Detroit to make some kind of run. Let's see how Cleveland answers. Holding on to a slight lead now. Keanar said, Harden spent $1 million in a strip club. Dude, I gotta pay attention to basketball. All right, what do we got going on with our box score here? We need Robinson for 3 threes. He's knocked down 2 now after this 3 he hit here. Need Tyson for 10 points. He's got 0. He's throwing up a donut. I like the activity and pressure and energy that he brought in that first half. Got in here in the second half, and the defense he brought I thought was also solid. Got in here in the second half, not as good. Not nearly as good. Again, take those open threes. Jalen Tyson, I know you haven't hit them throughout this playoff run, but they need you to find some confidence and some rhythm from the three-point line. You got to throw Sam Merrill out there at some point again, right? Just to get another. Well, you want Tyson in there along with Max Strus for the defense. But Freeway Hustler said Doug and Robinson looks like Doug, the cartoon character. He does kind of look like Doug. He does look like Doug. The Jimmy Neutron one was a little. I get it with the hair swoop that he had, especially back in the day. But the Doug one's good. The Doug one's good. TD in the morning said, didn't we get a Travon Mitchell? We did. And I have it filled in, but I didn't update the bingo card. So let's update it. It's already filled in, but I never updated the bingo card. Let's do that. What are we close to in bingo? What should we be looking out the rest of the game? A Cade 30 piece? That's on the board. Strus 10 points with 2 threes is still on the board. 4-point play we almost had. We almost had a 4-point play, but they missed the free throw. They did grab the offensive rebound and get a putback dunk. So I guess it's a 5-point play. Am I feeling generous? I'm feeling generous. It wasn't a 4-point play by definition because you missed the free throw, but they did grab the offensive rebound and get the putback to make it a 5-point play after the Harden made 3. So I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to us because I feel like it, and it's my bingo card. I'm going to count it because why not? Why not? I want us to get bingo anyway. Why would I try to withhold us from getting bingo? 5-point possession. Yeah, it was a 5-point possession. And while it wasn't a 4-point possession, it was a 5-point possession. So we'll keep it. Leva Olavia? What's up, Leva? Wade, how many score now? I think Wade has 3 points. Dean Wade has 3 points. He's made 1 3. He's 1 for 2 from 3. That's it. Here we go. We're back into it. Mobley launches up a left wing 3. Can't get it to go. Maybe not the greatest shot to take, considering Mobley hasn't really knocked anything down from the perimeter here tonight. He's now 0 for 3 from 3. Cunningham has it up top. 6-point game. Cunningham walking him down slowly. Crosses over to his right. Step back. Foul line. Follow away. His go-to. Got it to go over Mitchell. Beautiful shot from Cade Cunningham there. Mitchell has it up top. Mitchell, can you score here in the second half? You got 22. They're going to need you to step up. Mitchell down the lane. Ball knocked out of his hands. He picks up the loose ball. They swing it out to Strus. Coming to his right. Strus steps back. Swings it over to Mobley. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Shot clock down to 7. He's got to make something happen. Pulls it back out. He got hedged out hard. Now isolated against Cunningham. Dancing with it. Crosses over to his right and kicks the ball out of his own possession. Cunningham 2-on-1 fast break against Strus. Leans in. Layup off glass. Got it to go. And 1 for Cade Cunningham. He can tie this game up. They did take a point away from the Cavs. I don't know why that was different. My scoreboard was right. Their scoreboard was wrong. Cade Cunningham can tie this up at 74 here. Here we go. Here we go. Recovery grind. What's up, Recovery? Rose, what's up, Rose? Wasn't there a technical foul with the 3-second violation? Yes, there was. But what we're going to do is if this says the team stats right here say that it was indeed a technical foul, I'll put it up on the bingo card. We go down to technical fouls, and there is a technical foul. So we're going to fill it in the bingo card. It counts. It counts. You're right about that. You're right about that, Rose. There you go. 3 minutes to go. And we're tied at 74. Cunningham knocked down the free throw. Schroeder to the rim. Wild scoop layup over Paul Reed. Can't get it to go. Next gets knocked out of bounds. And they initially call it Cavs ball. And now they're going to change the call over to Detroit. They can retake the lead here. Marks it off his foot. What a dope. He's just trying to get into his I've done dribbling drills type of bag where he's doing crazy million different crossovers, not creating any space, not getting Cade Cunningham leaning in any way, just a million moves, not doing anything to anybody, and he dribbled it off his own foot. What are you doing? Paul Reed has it up top, being guarded by Mobley. Reed coming to his right, hands it off to Cunningham, swings through to his left off to Paul Reed. Screen picked up his handle, swing it over to Harris. Harris driving in the lane. They got confidence again to the rim. Lefty layup, can't get it to go. Paul Reed battling for the other rebound. He grabs it and he throws it down with two hands. Paul Reed has just been a better option than Isaiah Stewart. I don't know if Isaiah Stewart re-injured something or aggravated some sort of injury, but he has not been the same for a while after that 8-block game against the Orlando Magic. But the Pistons retake the lead. Mitchell puts up a three, throws up a brick, can't get it to go, not even close. Hit the backboard and the rim at the same time. Here comes Cunningham bringing it down the other way. Euros down the lane. Tried to leave it off of Paul Reed. Dives for it. Can't save it inbounds, and it's going to go back to the Cavs. I think they catch a bit of a break there. 2 minutes to go here. Take how it's a 20-point lead. Gone, geez. Well, technically it was a 17-point lead. But yeah, pretty much a 20-point lead. Freeway said, this is what fumbling the bag looks like. Yes, indeed it does. Yes, indeed it does. Nick Yak said, Nick's looking better now, taking less threes than our earlier goal of 40. Well, that's still the goal. You want around 40. It doesn't necessarily have to be 40. Strus cutting back door, gets the layup to go. But they're taking what the defense is giving them. And Cunningham throws the ball out of bounds. It hits the back of the backboard, like the stanchion. That's out of bounds. What are you doing, Cade? What are you doing? Great pressure from Strus. What are you doing, Cunningham? Tied at 76, the Cavs get the ball back. Some great pressure. Some great pressure being applied by Max Strus coming back into the game. It's almost as if he should be part of the starting unit. He's one of your better players. Maybe you should just have him out there instead of Wade. Wade barely plays anyway because Strus and Tyson are just better options at this point. I get you want Wade out there for the defense and the size, but man, just bring him off the bench. They get it into Max Strus, driving to his right, leaves it off for Mobley, swings it out. Tyson a three, finally an open one. He got it. There you go, Tyson. There you go. He's on the bingo card for 10 points. That's his first point of the night, knocking down the left corner three. They get over to LeVert up top. Cunningham out of the game, by the way. LeVert crossing over, pulls it out, dancing with it. Coming to his left, directing traffic, swings it over to Thompson, being guarded by Mitchell. He pump fakes from three. They get over to Paul Reed, hands it off to LeVert. LeVert dancing around the handoff screen, pulls it back out, being guarded by Schroeder, putting his head down, attacking, baseline fall away. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Strus. Quick hit ahead to Mitchell. Almost turns it over. Mitchell able to pick it up, crossing over, dancing with it against Jenkins. Blows past him, draws the foul. Can't get the layup to go, but he'll go to the foul line for 2 free throws. With a little over a minute to go. I don't know why my timer's so far ahead. I said stop timer. I definitely hit the button. There we go. Chaos Kid says, Stephen A. Smith, you still want Mitchell over Brunson? Brother, ain't nobody thinking about no Stephen A. Smith. That man don't watch no basketball. Vic P said, what happened? I went outside at the half, just came back. Detroit roared back. To be expected, too. Honestly. They hand it off to Mitchell, coming to his left, step back, crossover to his right, down the lane, floater. Gets the soft touch on the floater to go down. Beautiful move from Mitchell. We got a minute to go, and the lead has quickly been built up by 5. 7-0 run for the Cavs after Detroit took the 2-point lead. Cunningham went out of the game, and Cleveland took advantage. They get it over to Harris. Harris in the post, being guarded by Strus. They see 2 defenders on him. Harris still holding on to it. Now he's going to back him down, lean in, fall away. Tough shot, comes up short, rebounded by Donovan Mitchell. He's got 7 rebounds now, 24 and 7 for Donovan Mitchell. Has it on the right wing. Mitchell's going to dance with it. Come to his left off the Mobley screen. Mitchell down in the paint. Hesitates, step back, pump fakes, leans in, creates a little space, throws up another floater, and he gets another one to go down for Donovan Mitchell. That's what you need your stars to do. Momentum starting to shift. Give the ball to me. Let me cook. He's up to 26 now. LeVert's going to dance with it up top, being guarded by Tyson. 20 seconds to go. Ticking down the time here. They get over the top to Danish Jenkins. Calling for a screen. Coming to his left off the Paul Reed screen. They swing it over to LeVert. Driving it to his left. Taking the baseline. Goes under the rim with the Nash dribble. Keeping it alive. Gets it over to Harris. Shot clock running down. Harris crosses over. He's got to throw up a shot. Leaning in. He got it to go. And the foul. A foul before the shot? What is this call? Foul on the floor on Max Strus? First of all, incredible shot by Tobias Harris. That now might not count because they call a foul on Max Strus, I guess, on a reach-in before the shot. See this replay here? Oh, he grabbed the jersey. Well, they didn't blow the whistle then. I don't see where the foul was. The foul, if there is a foul, the foul is in the act of shooting. So if anything, there should be an and one. Official review. What is this? Can we just not count the basket? Wave the foul off, count the basket, keep it moving. The basket should count. So it's a loose ball foul. Both teams in the bonus. So is that an and one situation here for Detroit? What is this call? What is this whistle? Let them play basketball. An incredible moment where the shot clock winding down, Harris making something out of nothing, like throws up an off-balance mid-range heave, got it to go down, gets like the momentum and the excitement of that completely gets fumbled because the official wants to blow the whistle and then they have to go to the monitors to figure out what the call actually was. I mean, why'd you blow the whistle in the first place? If you didn't know what the call was. If it's an and one, give them the and one. What was that? Way to sap the excitement of the game away. Jason said the Cavs expediting their trip to Cancun. That's what happened. They saw the schedule and they were like, listen, we can't postpone this. You either got to come right away or you're going to miss out on your booking. And they were like, all right, we got to make sure we lose in the second half. As they turn it over into LeVert, over to Green, layup, can't get it to go. Harris with the putback, got it to go. What a disaster. Harris knocked down the free throw, by the way. What a disastrous ending. Mitchell, the three-quarters court heave. Pretty close, but doesn't go in. What a disastrous ending for the Cavs there. It's a two-point game. It's a two-point game. There you go. There you go, Detroit. Excellent end to the half for Detroit. Disastrous end. I call it a disastrous end because Tyson, who are you throwing it to? Why were you fading away from the ball, Dennis Schroeder? Go to the ball. Why is nobody boxing out Harris? Why was Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt? Come get the ball. You're cooking right now. Your team needs you. Come get the ball and bring the ball down. Why is Dennis Schroeder and Max Strus trying to get open under the basket? You come get open under the basket. That's the thing that always bothers me about Donovan Mitchell. Like in a situation like that, what are you doing standing on the other side of the court on an inbound? Like you're a guard, right? It's not like he's a big man. It's not like he's even a wing. You're a guard. You're a guard. Go get the ball. Go bring the ball down, especially on the last possession there. And instead, they can't get the ball inbounds to any of these other guards. Tyson ends up throwing it away. T in the morning said great defense. Fantastic defense. Fantastic defense. Also some shot making. Tobias Harris up to 18, which by the way, adds a square to the bingo card. We have Harris for 15. He's got 18 here tonight. Got it on those last couple of possessions there. He had been quiet in the second half up until that point, but Harris fills it in. All right, what are we looking at to get bingo here? Now going into the fourth quarter, now we got to start evaluating where our bingo is going to come from. We need Cade for 30, and Cade for 30 and Strus for 10 points and 2 threes. Now Strus is sitting with 5 points and 1 3. That's still possible here in this fourth quarter. Cade for 30 is still possible. I know he's not necessarily on pace for that. The Flea said unserious franchise. Yeah. Jason said, Spirit already went out of business. These flights ain't no joke. They are not a joke at all. Well, nothing at any point, any now, and nothing's a joke anymore. I mean, everything is ridiculously expensive. Kenar said, Strus threes, Cade, Spida, also our stocks. Yeah, Mitchell for 30, Thompson for 3 stocks, which he had a steal here, I believe, right? Or block. Thompson now has 1 block, so he needs 2 more stocks to add to that 1 block. Yeah, Mitchell for 30 feels very, very much on the cards here. He's got 26, so that is likely to happen. We need Harden for 25. He's got 10. I got to lower Harden 20 then. Harden for 25 seems nigh impossible during the playoffs, so I got to lower that to 20. Nate Yak said, how many horrible endings in the end of the quarters that the Cavs have this series? This series, Yak, or the entire Donovan Mitchell era in Cleveland? Because it feels like Almost every end of the quarter is horrendous for them. It's rough. Tuesday morning said the Cavs got Chevy questioning life. What are they doing out there? What are you doing? I've been questioning, even when they were playing well, I've been questioning this Cleveland processing of the game. The entire time I've been questioning the processing from this Cleveland team. I don't get it. I don't get the decisions they're making as a team, as individual players. Keenar said, my app has All-Star for 2 blocks. Maybe they'll change it at some point. I don't know. We'll see. See at the end of the game where he gets up to. He might blow past that anyway because we know he can lock in defensively. Daniel Dash, what's up, Daniel? Kwame Robinson, what's up, Kwame? It's about time Harden showed out with the turnovers. Yeah, James Harden has how many turnovers tonight? Not a lot, right? It hasn't felt like a lot. James Harden with only 2 turnovers tonight. He's only taking 9 shots for 10 points. So not handling the ball as much. Math's up said Harden's not likely to score 25. No, he's not. Here we go, start of the fourth quarter. It's a 2-point game. May the best team win. 83-81. Cunningham is back in to start the fourth. Cunningham spinning off of Schroeder, driving it down. Foul line fall away. His go-to shot. Can't get that one to go down. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell. Bringing it down the other way. Mitchell up top being guarded by Cunningham. He's going to blow past him down the lane. Layup, high off glass. Got it to go down for Donovan Mitchell. Attacking Cade Cunningham there, knowing he doesn't really want to pick up any more fouls. He's got 4 fouls, I believe, right? No, only 3. So he got some fouls he could utilize here. Cunningham up top coming to his left, picked up by Mitchell. Cunningham dancing with it, spinning to his left. Leaning in, trying to draw a foul himself. He comes up short on the floater. Rebound careens right back to him. They kick it out to Green. Green gets it inside the Paul Reed, being guarded by Mobley. They hit LeVert, cutting back door on Dennis Schroeder for the easy 2-handed slam. Beautiful pass by Paul Reed, but terrible off-ball defense by the Cleveland Cavaliers there. That was by Duren, not Paul Reed. I thought that was Paul Reed, but that was indeed Jalen Duren. Beautiful pass from Duren there. Mobley has it up top, hands it off to Merrill, coming to his left. We didn't see Merrill at all in that third quarter. He spins, gets it over to Harden. They get it back to Mobley. Mobley on the right wing. Keeps it. Hits Merrill coming back door. They crash the paint. They swing it around. Mitchell left corner 3. Too strong, can't get it to go. Mobley knocks the rebound out to Harden, though. Good job for Mobley to keep the possession alive. Harden has it up top. Coming to his left off the Schroeder screen. Harden's going to dance with it against Duncan Robinson. Driving to his left in the paint. Throws a wild cross-court pass. Merrill has to pump fake and sidestep 3. Comes up short. Harden knocks the rebound out to Dennis Schroeder. They swing it over to Mitchell. Mitchell up top. Swings through to his left against LeVert. Dancing with it. Double crossover. Stop. Turn. Spin. Pulls it back out. Hands it out to Schroeder. Schroeder crosses over to his left. Hands it off to Mobley. Mobley up top being guarded by Cunningham. Coming to his left down the lane. Some excellent defense by the Pistons. But a foul on Cade Cunningham is called. And Cunningham very upset at that foul call there. A mini tantrum from Cunningham. Slapping the thighs. The Fleas said something about the roster. Again, weird roster. They just don't look good together. I just don't believe in this guy as a leader of a basketball team. Honestly, I think is what it boils down to. I think if he was a leader of the basketball team, he was an excellent leader. I think he's a fine leader. If he was an excellent leader of this basketball team, he'd be able to pull these guys together. Mobley knocks down the first free throw. We know he struggled from the foul line tonight. But he knocks that one down. He's got another one coming. Tuesday morning said that late tap. Little ticky-tack foul from Cunningham there, yeah. Daniel Dash said expensive roster too. For how long has it been the most expensive roster in the NBA? They're the only team in the second apron this season. So there's that. The only team that went over the second apron. Cunningham has it up top, 4-point lead for the Cavs. Mobley knocked down both. Robinson, cross-court pass to Javonte Green, a 3 over Harden, well contested. Didn't matter. Javonte Green got it to go down. And we're under 10 to go. Mitchell will bring it down the other way. Mitchell up top being guarded by Green. Coming to his left, pulls it out. Being guarded by Robinson. Mitchell swings it over to Merrill. Merrill left corner 3. Got it to go. Answers right back with a 3 of his own. Duncan Robinson and Sam Merrill were trying to spam, screening action there to get Merrill open, trying to get 2 on the ball to Mitchell. They eventually got it. Just enough space for Sam Merrill to knock down that 3 out of the corner. Battle for the loose ball. And it's out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Pistons. Good hands from Dennis Schroeder to clean him, to strip him clean there. But it's going to stay here with the Pistons, the possession. Frank said, suspect call by the refs. There's been plenty of those tonight, brother. For sure, they've been plenty of those. Duren has it on the right wing, off the inbound. Coming to his left, being guarded by Mobley. He's going to look to isolate, spins, Goes to the rim, can't get the layup to go. Well contested by Mobley. Here comes Harden bringing it down the other way. Harden cross-court pass to Mitchell. Mitchell, head down, attacking to the paint. Got the layup to go, beating Duren before he can get to the brim to contest. And that is a timeout from the Detroit Pistons. With a 6-point lead from Cleveland. Again, it's got to be led by Donovan Mitchell, who's got the 30 ball. Keenan set up. Merrill and Strus are better. Wade, almost, I would take any of their other wings over Dean Wade for consistent minutes and in the starting lineup. Merrill, Strus, I'd even take Tyson, who of those three is probably the worst. He's second-year player, so he's very inconsistent and can make some wild, chaotic plays. But again, I would still trust him more over Dean Wade for consistent minutes throughout the game. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell we got 9:11 to go. So Donovan Mitchell does have the 30 ball. That fills it in, so we need Thompson for 3 stocks. 2 more stocks for Thompson, and I think we'll get it. Got bingo working. It always comes down to one last thing. Leva. Wade, how many points? I don't know, Leva, but if you're betting Dean Wade points, you're in for a rough time. He's got 3 points so far. Keenan said, I said I got 2 blocks for him right now. Did ESPN change this? ESPN has him for 1 block. ESPN has him credited for 1 block right now. What are you checking, Keenan? Bleacher Report? NBA.com? What box score are you looking at? ESPN has him for 1 block here. Super Morty Manson, Jalen needs to be subbed out. Jalen Duren. Yeah, I get it. I mean, Paul Reed was really good. The Apple app has been unreliable. Apple Sports? I've never even heard of Apple Sports, brother. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'll trust ESPN over Apple Sports. I'm not gonna lie. If you would have said like Bleacher Report or something or the NBA.com, I'd be like, oh, all right, yeah, some discrepancy there. We'll see. They may. The fact that they haven't changed it to this point, I assume they have it credited to somebody else. Daniel Dash said, I'll check NBA. I mean, I can check NBA too. We'll just check a different one, NBA.com. They have All-Star Thompson for 1 block. So 1 block for All-Star Thompson right now. He is a plus 12. He is a plus 12. Looking here, leading scorer, Cade Cunningham with 20. Again, the 30 ball from Cade Cunningham, not out of the realm of possibility. Strus is in the game. Michael Brown, what's up, Michael Brown? Good comeback? Absolutely. Really good game so far. Strus for 10 points, still on the board. He literally only needs 5 more points and 1 more 3. A layup and a 3 gives him the 10 points and the 2 threes that we need to fill that in. Cade Cunningham for 30 is still on the board. He's got 20 right now. He can go off for 10 points here in this 4th quarter, absolutely. Especially considering he's going to have to be aggressive to try and get them going here. So that's still on the board. Thompson, 3 stocks is always on the board with how frantic he is defensively. Nick Jackson, we need 11 fans stepping up to hit, for the like to hit 100. Appreciate you, Nick Jackson. If you guys are enjoying the show, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and like the stream. It's the only thing I'll ever ask of you, and it's greatly appreciated. Really helps grow the community. So I thank you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me during this season, man. The whole season's been great. Duncan Robinson struggling to get it in. They get it into Cunningham. They get it over to Jenkins. Jenkins will bring it down against Schroeder. And Jenkins uses the off arm on Dennis Schroeder, and that's an offensive foul. And Schroeder on the floor, writhing in pain, makes sure he still gets a hand up to wave for a review there for a possible hostile act on a flagrant. See the replay on it. How hostile is this from Dennis Jenkins? Forearm to the throat. How do you rule this if you're the officials? I'll tell you what, man, forearm to the throat's no joke. So while maybe I'm making fun of Dennis Schroeder a little bit for writhing in pain, but also making sure he can get the hand up to signal for a challenge, not a challenge, but signal for an official review for a possible flagrant, is funny. Getting hit in the throat is no joke. So I'm not even gonna play about that. Getting hit in the throat is no joke. Morty said Dennis is an actor. Maybe he's playing it up a bit, but getting hit in the throat is no joke, man. That's no joke. TT in the morning said flopping. Possibly. Possibly. You can never rule it out. He's now on the bench. He looks fine. But getting hit in the throat is no joke. TT in the morning said it's a foul, but not a flagrant. I would think so too, TT in the morning. The only thing you have to maybe factor in is when it's contact to like the head area, and it's the throat, it's not the head, but when there's contact to the head area, they could sometimes upgrade that to a flagrant. Toolinson getting poked in the eye is the worst. I would think getting forearm to the throat is a little worse than that. So regular common foul for Dennis Jenkins. I like it. I like it. Mike Hirsch, what's up, Mike? Smash the like button, 286 watching. Let's get 150 likes. Appreciate you, Mike. Hope you're having a good time, brother. Appreciate you guys. Freeway Hustler said, this is the acting BS that I hate. Ched did the sale BS last game. I don't think he was acting. Like I said, you get chopped in the throat and see how you react. Schroeder has it up top, being guarded by Jenkins, gets it over to Mobley. Mobley, being guarded by Paul Reed, is back in the game. Mobley goes right at him and knocks down a little floater over him. It's an 8-point game. They're staying connected to Sam Merrill as Mobley dribbled around them on a little like mini screen action. They staying connected to Sam Merrill because of his shooting ability, allowed Mobley to get an open lane to attack Paul Reed there, knocked down the floater. Cunningham trying to get busy, spins off of Mitchell, loses the hand on the ball, and a foul is called. And Cunningham, is this going to be 2 free throws? Are they going to say he gathered? Or is this going to be a foul on the floor side out of bounds? Freeway said, I tried spamming the like button, but YouTube is too smart. Appreciate you, brother. Gillette, what's up, Gillette? Someone said, I have before and poked in the eyeballing. I mean, none of it's good. None of it feels good. Cunningham gets it over to Paul Reed, driving it down. Layup, got it to go. End of the foul on Mobley. It was side out of bounds. They didn't call him in the act of shooting, but this is even better. You're going to get 2 free throws, or 1 free throw out of it after making the basket. Sean Collins, what's up, Sean? 4 fouls on Mobley. It's a great drive and finish for Paul Reed there. Keeping his team around. Helping keep his team around. They had it up to 8, now down to 6, can cut it to 5 with the free throw. And he does indeed cut it to 5 with the free throw. 94-89. My timer's still going, right? Pause that timer. Come on. We got 8:20 to go here. Schroeder has it up top, being guarded by Tobias Harris. Interesting matchup. They have Dennis Jenkins on Harden here. Schroeder's going to come to his left. They put 2 on him. They get it over to Harden. Harden up top being guarded by Tobias Harris, directing traffic, waving Schroeder through. Harden's dancing with it up top, crosses over to his left, down the lane, throws up the floater, rattles it in for James Harden. Vintage Harden on that possession. It's a little slower than the way it used to be, but he still got to the spot and knocked down the floater. Jenkins bringing it down. Merrill picks him up on the switch. Crosses over to his left, driving it down in the paint. Goes, spins, gets it over to Paul Reed. Foul line, pump fakes against Mobley. Trying to attack him. One-legged fall away. Got it to go for Paul Reed. Paul Reed, man, underrated third-string big. Probably the best third-string big in the NBA. He's fantastic. Should probably be a backup. Schroeder, pump fakes, gets it over to Merrill. Merrill deep in the left corner being guarded by Robinson. And Merrill uses a timeout. Didn't want to turn it over there. 7:30 to go. Bible was a Bible. Keenar said, it's too bad Harden is such trash. Yeah, not my favorite player. I don't even have the game cast up for you guys. My bad. This is who's on the court right now. Mobley with 13, 6, and 3. Stats looking a little bit better before we get to the end of the game here. We've stuck on that 1 rebound for a long time, but he's up to 6 now. Harden, 12 and 7. Not bad. Donovan Mitchell does have the 30. Haven't even realized he's been out there these last couple of possessions. Donovan Mitchell, you want to maybe get in on the action? You go unnoticed for too long, brother. You got to be a star. You got to step in here. You got to put this one away. 5-point lead's not good enough. Dennis Schroeder with 8. He hasn't scored in this second half. He scored all 8 points in the first half. I thought he was really fantastic in the first half, bringing energy and effort. He wasn't very good in the third, but he's been pretty solid so far to start the fourth. Picked up that offensive foul on Jenkins. Sam Merrill with 7 points. He's knocked down 2 threes tonight, which would have been huge. Nick Yak said, can we see how beat up Brunson's face is, and people think he's flopping every foul on him? Yeah, I mean, does Brunson flop? Yeah. Does Brunson flop excessively? I don't think so. Maybe that's a biased view of it, but I don't think Brunson flops excessively. Does he flop? Yeah. Same as every player. Every player flops. It's a part of the game until they legislate it out. Until, it's not the rules of the game. It's how they're officiating the game. Just don't get fooled. If you see a guy flail his arms wildly, don't call the foul. Even if it might be a foul, don't call the foul. The Flea said, gotta sell a little bit? Yeah, a little bit is fine. Every now and again you sell the contact. But every time a player goes into the paint, they're selling contact, I'm done. Just stop calling the foul. Ron, Mexico, what's up, Ron? Jay Hammer said, Lakers, no Luka, unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. They probably would have got swapped anyway. Mike Hirsch said, Mitchell and Harden aren't working well off of each other. Not at all. Not at all. You barely see those guys interact at all on offense, right? Like you would think maybe guard-to-guard screening might work, or if Harden has a wing switched onto him like Tobias Harris, run a guard-to-guard screen. The problem is that often, like, they're being guarded by two of the best perimeter defenders, so it's hard to have those two guys work off of each other. Like, usually one guy's, at that point, is like, okay, I'll space for you. Like, if Mitchell has All-Star Thompson guarding him, and Harden has, anybody else, Cade Cunningham or Tobias Harris on him, it's like, okay, James Harden's going to have to find a way to manufacture buckets against that guy, right? I don't really want Donovan Mitchell bringing All-Star Thompson into the play, right? So in that scenario, you go space the court, Donovan Mitchell, keep Thompson glued to you by go standing on the wing in the corner, and we'll operate over. Morty said LeBron should retire a Cav? Probably. Mike Hirsch said, yes, I agree. Brunson is super smart drawing charges. He does crash into defenders to make space for his shots, but he doesn't get favorable calls like SGA or Embiid, who get favorable calls consistently. They do. And they flail. Brunson doesn't really flail that often. He flops, sure. Tries to accentuate the contract or exaggerate the contract every now and again, especially on those charge attempts. But he doesn't flail the way SGA. SGA, every single offensive possession is a flail. Same with Embiid. And it's like, all right, man. All right. They get it into Mobley. Mobley kicks it out to Schroeder. Right corner three from Mobley. Got to go. What a huge three for Dennis Schroeder come out of timeout. He's been huge in this game. And that's the 8-point lead right there. Danish Jenkins bringing it down. Jenkins up top, being guarded by Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder applying a lot of pressure. Jenkins struggling with his handle coming to his right. Schroeder sticking in front of him. They get over to Robinson, curling off the screen. A logo three from him, way far. He banks it in, folks. Answers the three right back, but it was a banked-in three. That's a logo three, by the way. We're going to fill it in. Here comes Schroeder bringing it down the other way. He's been in fuego. He's got 11 points. That was his first basket of the second half, but he's been playing excellently. Schroeder pump fakes to get it out to Harden. Harden up top being guarded by Jenkins, coming to his right. They slip it over to Schroeder. He mishandles the pass. Duncan Robinson to pick up the loose ball. Jenkins pushing the other way. Danish Jenkins spins, kicks it out. Robinson has the trailer. Pump fakes, driving it down in the lane. High floater, way off. Paul Reed the rebound. Goes up, gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for two, and that's 5 fouls on Evan Mobley now. 5 fouls on Mobley. Ron, Mexico, you still going off, brother? If you don't like the NBA, you don't gotta stick around, brother. What is the point of hanging around watching something that you just said you don't like? I don't understand it. Take a breather, brother. Take a breather. You're over there complaining to the ether. Nobody paying attention to you, big dog. So Paul Reed knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Danish Jenkins is going to come out. Duncan Robinson, 3 threes, by the way. Mobley's going to come out of the game. Jared Allen's going to come in. Paul Reed hit the first free throw. It's the second free throw. It's a 3-point game, 1-possession game, 6:43 to go. They get it into Harden. Harden will bring it down. Harden up top, walking it down, being guarded by Cunningham, directing traffic. Harden crosses over to his left off the Allen screen. Behind the back pass, Merrill, pump fake, sidestep, puts up the straightaway three looking for an answer. He can't get it to go. All-Star Thompson, the rebound, he's bringing it down the other way. He's pushing the pace. Thompson hands it off to Paul Reed, gets it over to Robinson. Robinson slips it over to Paul Reed off the handoff. He Euros right into the chest of Sam Merrill, and it is yet another charge for Sam Merrill, putting his body on the line, folks. Putting his body on the line. Ron, brother, if you don't want to be here, big dog, you don't got to be here, big dog. It's really not that big of a deal. Keenan Hart said, don't know what happened to Harris in Philly. Nobody does. Nobody does. I think Doc Rivers has the answer. He didn't utilize him at all. Didn't put him in a spot to be successful. Schroeder, pass fake, pump fake, inside the lane, drops it off to Allen, gets fouled by Paul Reed. He's going to the foul line for 2. 6 minutes to go. Matt Sub said, Duren is nowhere near the 20 points. I never thought Duren would be this disappointing. Luckily, Harris is there to score the baskets. Yeah, man. I mean, it's hard for me to feel like, oh, yeah, I could lower Jalen Duren down from 20 points down to 15 or whatever. And it's like, I just don't feel like I should do that. He's an all-star. And I know he generates most of his points off of other players on a lot of drop-off passes, a lot of slips, a lot of rolls to the rim and whatnot. You got to give me something, man. Not one 20-point game in the playoffs so far, man. Tuesday morning said Chevy Cavs and these fouls, man. Yeah, it's been rough. Jared Allen knocks down the first free throw. And, of course, he misses the next free throw. Not helping you tonight, Cleveland. These missed free throws not helping you tonight. Here comes Cade Cunningham bringing it down. He has it on the left wing being guarded by Harden. Under 6 to go. We're past the halfway point. We got a 4-point ball game. Could go either way. Cleveland's season on the line. You go down 3-0. The series is effectively over. They go over to Cunningham. Up top, attacking to his left. Stop, step back. Foul line. Fall away. Got it to go for Cade. Back to a 2-point game. Here comes Mitchell bringing it down against Thompson. Thompson applying good backcourt pressure here. Mitchell has it up top. Coming to his right off the Merrill screen. Mitchell pulls it out. Coming to his left off the Strus screen. He's got Harris switched on to him now. Donovan Mitchell is going to go to work. Got the matchup he wanted. Pulls it back. Mid-range. Pull-up jumper. His go-to move. Can't get the shot to go down. Thompson rips down a rebound. Here comes Cade Cunningham pushing it the other way. 5:13 to go. Cunningham stops. Dancing with it out on the perimeter. Being guarded by Harden. Inside. Thompson. Hop step in the lane. Spins. Kicks it back out to Cunningham. Swings through to his left in the paint. They kick it back out to Thompson. Hands it off to Robinson. Coming to his left. Great defense from Mayo. They slip it inside to Thompson. Thompson under the paint. They kick it out. Harris. Wide open right wing three from him. He got it! And a 1-point lead for the Detroit Pistons. Ausar Thompson being left wide open, flashing consistently open, getting into the paint, and then kicking it back out to a shooter, and Cleveland reacting every single time to it. Harden dancing with it, gets it out to Merrill. He's going to pump fake. He's going to dance with it against Cunningham, gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell coming to his left, crosses over to his right, putting his head down. Lost the handle, picks it back up, flips it up at the rim, draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2. Tough foul there. They had him locked up, man. They had him locked up. Chef, what's up, Chef? I got cable at home, so I can watch the game, but I prefer to watch Chef. That's how much entertainment here. Great job, Chef. Like always. Appreciate you, Chef. Appreciate you. Mecarina. Appreciate you, Chef. Madrasi said Cavs are so inconsistent. It's something about this team, man. There's something about this team. Mitchell knocks down the first free throw, ties it out 1-1. He's got one more coming. Mobley's going to come in. He's got the 5 fouls. Jared Allen stays out there. They're going with their starting lineup. Plus, guess who? Dean Wade, the other 5th starter? No, they're going with Max Strus, who's the better player, who should probably be in the starting lineup. Freeway Hustler said, what a choke job? A little bit. I mean, I never believed that they were going to hold on to that lead. But it would be a choke job if they lost it. If they pull it off, they pull off the victory. All slander will be rescinded for now until the next game. Donovan Mitchell knocks down both, giving the Cleveland Cavaliers 1-point lead again. Cunningham up top being guarded by Strus. Coming to his left, Mobley switches onto him. Mobley, guarding Cunningham, coming to his right, pulls it back, double step back, crosses over, coming to his left, steps behind the three-point line, crosses over again, giving him all the moves in the paint, sees a double team, they kick it out, All-Star Thompson, wide open right corner three, he throws up an air ball, Mobley the rebound. That's excellent defense right there for Evan Mobley, and again, I would have put Evan Mobley, that's the secret weapon, put him on Cade Cunningham for these clutch possessions. All-Star Thompson comes flying in and swatting a Donovan Mitchell floater right out of bounds on the help side help there. The weak side help. My goodness. Greg Williams, what's up, Greg? First time Cavs didn't pass. James Wynn, what's up, James? They get it into Strus. Right corner three for Strus. Tough shot, can't get it to go. Under 4 to go. 1 point lead for Cleveland. Here comes Cunningham. He's going to be picked up by Strus. They get it over to Harris. Harris being guarded by Mitchell, has it in the post, backing him down, backing him down, backing him down. Mobley comes over, Harden comes over for the help. Harris just smokes a layup. Mitchell can't grab the rebound, gets knocked out of bounds by All-Star Thompson. And it's going to go back to the Cavs. Thompson arguing, but they're not going to give it to him. Here comes Max Strus bringing it down the other way. 3:30 to go. Strus up top, coming to his right. Gets it inside the Mobley, a tough pass. He's able to catch it. They swing it out to Harden. Driving to his left, down the lane, a floater. Can't get it to go. Jared Allen, the offensive rebound. And a big one-handed putback for Jared Allen. He said, call me soft one more time. Here comes Cade Cunningham bringing it down the other way. He's being guarded by Max Strus. They get over to Robinson, curling off the screen. He's going to throw up the straightaway three. He's going to knock down a straightaway three. We're tied at 104. A little over 3 minutes to go here. 104 apiece. Harden bringing it down the other way. Harden up top. And it's an offensive foul. Max Strus pushing off on Duncan Robinson. Off ball as Harden bringing the ball down. Muhammad said, I have a feeling the Cavs will lose. If we're talking about a clutch game, I definitely trust the Pistons more than I trust the Cavs. T in the morning said, Allen is soft. He's trying to shed that stigma. Tonight got 18 points and 3 rebounds. The 3 rebounds not helping, but he's got 18 points. AV said, wow, these players are nerve-wracking. Best competition you'll find in the NBA world. Playoffs, nothing like NBA playoffs, man. Nothing like it. Cunningham bringing it down up top, being guarded by Strus. We're tied at 104. Off a turnover from Strus. Committing an offensive foul. Cunningham coming to his left. Mitchell switches onto him. Cunningham's going to work. Across the lane. Fall away jumper over him. Got to his spot. Can't get the shot to go down. Mobley, a nice big strong rebound in the paint. Here comes Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. Mobley tagging that glass, man. Mobley has how many rebounds now? He's got 8. Mitchell, right wing 3. It's there for you. He can't get it to go. Strus knocks the rebound loose. They're going for it. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Pistons. Yes, indeed it will. Keenar said, play the Mr. Softy truck music. Does have 18 big old points tonight, but the 3 rebounds definitely holding him back, man. It's not helping him shed that reputation he's got. Cade Cunningham's got to get it in. Mitchell, Strus steals it. Just skies and takes the inbound pass away. He's just guarding the inbound, goes up, snatches it out of the air, goes the other way for the layup. What a play from Max Strus. I can't remember the last time I saw a play like that. Here comes Jenkins bringing it down. That's like a high school play. Cade Cunningham, you got to get it in bounds there, brother. They get over to Duren up top. Now you got to make up for it on the other end. Duren gets it over to Cunningham. Cunningham being guarded by Harden. Coming to his right. Sees a double team. He throws it away again. Jared Allen picks it off. Harden swings it over to Mitchell. Attacking in the paint. Goes up. Takes the contact. Can't get the layup to go. Loose ball. Picked up. Allen diving for it. Ball still loose. Allen dives for it again. Cunningham able to pick it up. And he's bringing it down the other way. He's pushing the pace. He's trying to get an easy one. He's attacking Strus. Goes right through his chest. No fouls called. But thrown out of bounds. 3 straight Cade Cunningham turnovers. Not 1, not 2, 3. Throwing the game away, almost literally right now. Still only a 2-point game, though. He will have a chance to redeem himself here. 1:30 to go. 1:51 to go, excuse me. Just under 2 minutes to go. Harden up top, bringing the ball down. Just under 2 minutes. Harden up top, being guarded by Dennis Jenkins. Crowd on their feet. Harden coming to his left. I definitely got the ball into the Mitchell's hands. Wouldn't have it in the hands of James Harden, I'll tell you that. Harden up top being guarded by Tobias Harris. Harden dancing with it. Harden dancing with it, crosses over to his right, step back, foul line, fall away. Harden got it to go. What do I know, folks? Absolutely nothing as James Harden gives them a nice, crucial 4-point lead. Game far from over, obviously. A minute and a half is a century in the NBA. More than enough time. But 3 straight Cade Cunningham turnovers here in this fourth quarter. Oh my goodness. Jelio Smith said Harden with a clutch bucket. Who would have guessed it? Who would have guessed it? What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Jason, big game James. King Hart said, whoa, little game James. Little game James, I like a little bit more. I like little game James. How many turnovers are we looking at for Cade Cunningham? He just had 3 in a row. I know he's had a couple of turnovers even before that. Cade Cunningham here tonight, 22 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Triple-double, by the way, and double-double. Let's fill that in. 8 turnovers, Cade? 8? Brother, that's 5 too many. That's 5 too many, but he did give us the triple-double. Can he have the elusive quadruple-double tonight, Cade Cunningham? Brother, what you got for us? 2 more turnovers. That's all we need, Cade. That's all we need. By the way, I'm going to give us the logo 3. I'm going to give it to us. Duncan Robinson knocked down that logo 3. He banked it in earlier in the game. Forgot to give that to us. We have a triple-double, and we have a double-double up here. Filling in the bingo card. Have yet to hit bingo. Haven't had that. But let's fill them in. Oh, you can't see it. Here we go. All right. All you need is a stop and a score and a stop and a score. A score, stop, score, and you're right back into it, Detroit. Now you're back at a tied ball game. Cunningham gets it into Dennis Jenkins up top, being guarded by Harden. They get it over to Cunningham, being chased by Screws. Cunningham swings through to his right, driving it down all the way to the rim. Big two-handed hammer over Jared Allen. Allen just a step too slow to really protect that rim. Cade Cunningham exploding to the basket. There you go, Cade. There you go. Harden bringing it down the other way. Up top, coming to his left. Now coming to his right. Harden up top being guarded by Duncan Robinson. They got the switch they want. They're going to go 4 across along the baseline. Harden isolating. Harden driving to his right, dancing with it. Give him the dribble moves. Oh my goodness, crossover floater. Got it to go, James Harden. Bringing it home for the Cavs. Big game James it is then. Cunningham bringing it down. We're under a minute to go now. Cunningham walks into a pull-up 3. Again for Cade. Back and forth, the 2-team swing. 110-109. Mobley trying to get it in. They get it in the Mitchell. Mitchell will walk it down. 50 seconds to go here. It's a 1-point ball game and a foul in the backcourt. They had a foul to give. Now, any fouls committed after this will send the Pistons, will send the Cavs to the foul line. Gigi said Cade is definitely a superstar. No doubt. No doubt about it. Jay Hammer said, do you have an overtime in the bingo? We do not. We do not have overtime. 40 seconds to go. Harden up top, coming to his left off the Mobley screen. He's got Tobias Harris switched onto him. And Harden, he scored the last 2 buckets. He's going to dance with it. Dribble moves, giving it to him. Harden, rhythm dribble, pull-up 3. Got it to go, James! Big game, James Harden, bringing it home. And a timeout for Detroit, a 4-point lead. Anything you can do, I can do better, Cade. I've been here longer. 4-point lead. 25 seconds to go. Give us one, Cleveland. Give us one. Make the series interesting. Teeth in the morning said, OMG, now James Harden wants to be good. Avy said he's their only star. AB said, can we have a closeout tomorrow? Hopefully. Here's the thing that I saw somebody bring up on Twitter earlier today. The 76ers, who obviously have been complaining about rest all series long, aren't going to get any more rested. And they're playing their starters an insane amount of minutes, all of them playing almost over 40 every single night. They're going to be at a rest deficit because we had the late game yesterday night, and that, not the late game, but you know what I mean. They played a 7 o'clock game yesterday night, and they'll be playing an early game tomorrow. As a matter of fact, we looked that up real quick. Tomorrow's schedule as well. I believe it's a 3 o'clock game tomorrow for the Knicks. It is a 3:30 start time, Eastern time, Knicks versus Sixers. So they're already at a deficit in terms of rest. 1 day off and an early start time. Let's see if they'll have the legs, man. Let's see if they'll have the legs. All right, here we go. 26 seconds to go. Let's lock in here. Cade Cunningham with 27, 10, and 10. 8 turnovers to go along with that. You have Mitchell with 32. You have Harden up to 19. 19 and 7 for James Harden, going off 3 straight buckets here in the clutch to match Cade Cunningham's back-to-back buckets in the clutch. To get into Robinson just turns and heaves it up there. Jared Allen, the offensive rebound, over to Mitchell. He's going to push it the other way. Cunningham's going to use a foul, and that's going to wrap it up. Why did Duncan Robinson heave that 3 up there? Go for the 2. Mark, LOL Duncan, why did he shoot that shot, Mark? Shout out Patrick Ewing. You practiced that shot? Off the catch, turnaround, falling out of bounds, 3, well contested. Looks like Harden got a piece of it. It was an air ball. I'm going to assume Harden got a block. It's the 5th foul on Cade Cunningham, by the way. He used the foul there. They got to use the foul. You got to play the foul game now. Cleveland with 2 timeouts. Detroit doesn't have one. That was their last timeout coming out of there. And that's the play they drew up and the shot that he took. James said 3:30, not so early. It is when you're a basketball player. You got to be at the arena by like 10, 11 o'clock. That's an early start time, bro. That's an early start time. Donovan Mitchell knocks down the first one. Comes up short on the second one. Mobley battling on the boards. Mitchell picks up the loose ball. He'll dribble it away from Harris. He's not going to be able to catch him. And he's fouled by Robinson. And he'll have 2 more free throws. But Cleveland's going to be able to walk away with this one with 15 seconds on the clock. Jason said that clip of Ewing coaching is classic. You practiced that? What shot is that? What type of shot is that? You practiced that shot? We got to get that as a soundboard here whenever we see a crazy shot like that. Oh, that's what I got to put. I got to put the Ewing voice on the soundboard. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to see if I can get that on the soundboard. Mitchell knocks down the first free throw. It's a 6-point ball game. So one's essentially over unless we see some crazy shenanigans with back-to-back threes off this Mitchell missed free throw. But if you knock this down, it makes it a 7-point game, makes it a 3-possession game, and it effectively is over with no more timeouts remaining. He does just that, and Cleveland will win this game and get the series to 2-1, giving themselves an opportunity here, avoiding the dreaded 3-0 lead. Cunningham can't even get the shot off. He heaves it up there. Mitchell with the rebound. And that will end it, and Cleveland survives to fight another day. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Keenar said, okay, cool. More rest for OG. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, all the Knicks have to do is take care of their business and win it in 4. Get the sweep. Get the sweep. Freeway said, hopefully we sweep the Sixers because I don't think the Cavs will win another game. We'll see. We'll see. One of the things I definitely want to take a look at real quick, team stats. Take a look at this. What did the Pistons end up with? 3-point shooting, they were 9 for 25. Not that bad. Okay, I thought they were worse. I thought they were worse here tonight. Not that 9 for 25 is actually not that bad from 3 for the quality of shots that the Pistons have and the quality of shooters that they have. And Cleveland didn't even kill them in the 3-point battle. They made 3 more threes, which obviously helps them win. 12 for 32 for them. 18 for 28 from 3 from the free throw line. 10 missed free throws is horrendous, and they were able to survive. Didn't come back to bite them in the butt, actually. AB said, get the sweep and watch these two teams beat each other up. That is the goal, brother. That is the goal. Hopefully they can accomplish it. Outside of that, the rebounding started to even out a little bit more. Pistons still won it by 7. The offensive rebounding battle leaned heavily in towards the Pistons there. The possession battle, heavily towards the Pistons. They took 17 more shots than the Cleveland Cavaliers and still found a way to lose and missed 2 more. Cavs still made 2 more shots than the Pistons. That's hideous offense from Detroit. Okay. That was pretty fantastic offense from Cleveland, though. 58% from the field is pretty fantastic shooting. We'll see if they're going to be able to replicate that in another game this series. Mighty Montreal said, great game. I'm going to need to check Robinson's phone for a DraftKings account. Why did he shoot that shot, man? Why did he shoot that shot? Yeah, I mean, they led for 75% of the game. If they would have lost this, it would have been a pretty disastrous ending for them. Not even to mention that they went down. They would have gone down 3-0 if they lost. All right. So last thing we want to check before we leave. Did we get bingo? Did we get bingo? I said I'd give us the tech foul. So I'm going to give us the tech foul. 3-second violation, we're going to get it. All right. So we have that. So anything that's going to give us bingo. Thompson, 3 stops. 3 stocks. Thompson ends up with 2 blocks here tonight. And that's it. And that's it. Does Mobley get a 3rd block? Mobley didn't have a 3rd block. Mobley with 2 blocks, and that's it himself. Anything else for bingo? Duren didn't get 20. Tyson didn't get 10. Allen didn't get 15 and 8. He only had the 4 rebounds, 18 points. We're not going to get bingo, folks. We're not going to get bingo. Cunningham, 30. Strus, 10. Strus ends the night with 7, I think. He does have 7, only made the 1 3. Needed 1 more 3 from Max Strus. But Cade didn't even get 30. He had 27. Came up short on a 3-point make. Cade Cunningham ends the night 10 for 27 from the field. Rough shooting night. 2 for 6 from 3-point range. It's okay, but that's not great. 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Solid. 10 boards, 10 assists, 8 turnovers. It's pretty disastrous. He also had 6 offensive rebounds for those 10 rebounds. My goodness. Nate Gags said Cleveland owes Cade big time for fumbling the game. Fumbled it for sure, man. He fumbled it for sure. Daniel Dash said, see you later for OKC versus LA Game 3. Marcus Smart for 40 piece with 10 threes, I reckon, to win. That would be crazy. But that is true. We will be live again later tonight. That is 8 o'clock start time, right? 8:30 start time. Oh, I thought it was an 8 o'clock start time. 8:30 start time. So we'll be live around 8:15-ish. 8:15? Yeah, around 8:15, 8:10, 8:15. 15 minutes before the tip-off time. We'll go through it as always. It'll be our first time covering a Thunder-Lakers game, our first time covering a Thunder game here in the playoffs. It'll be, I think, our 3rd Lakers game, 3rd or 4th Lakers game. Either way, our first time covering this a game in the series. I definitely wanted to cover at least 1 game from each series. I don't think this is going to be close. I think the Thunder will probably end up sweeping them. I'm, hoping the Lakers can extend it just for more good basketball to be watched. But I don't have a ton of confidence in that, especially with how hampered the Lakers have been with injuries and just the fact that they're just not nearly as good as the Thunder. But I'm hoping they could steal a game here, especially now at home. So that's the one I would be rooting for. But we'll be live later tonight around 8:15. But until then, I appreciate you guys. Shout out all of the channel members. Whether you were gifted a membership or you decided to become a member, all on your own. I appreciate your support nonetheless. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Cleveland ended up pulling off 116-109. We will be back later tonight to continue to discuss it. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys. What else did we have? We had Freeway Hustler with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, brother. 2 of them. 2 of them. There's another one. Appreciate you, brother. My goodness. He said everyone is better than Jalen Brunson till it's time. You know the rest. Yep. Great call, Sheffy. Appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with us, Freeway Hustler. Thank you, brother. Thank you for all your generosity as well tonight. My goodness. 3 super chats tonight. Thank you. Now with Dimitri also with some super chats as well. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Not Dimitri with 3 of them as well. My goodness. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. But with that being said, we're going to wrap it up there. Mike Hirsch. Knicks are looking at an advantage playing a day earlier. If Knicks sweep, they can get a few extra days off to prepare, even if the Cavs don't win again. Yeah, absolutely. Good call, Mike. Yeah, we're all looking for it. But obviously, it's going to come down to whether or not the Knicks could actually win that series in 4, or if the Philly will actually have some pride and get gentlemen swept rather than fully swept. I hope they don't. And I hope we all have the brooms out for tomorrow's game, tomorrow's early game, Mother's Day game, by the way. Don't know why they're doing an early game on Mother's Day. That's super disrespectful to the moms out there. Shout out all the moms out there. But we'll do it all over again later today and, of course, tomorrow for the game. So with that being said, appreciate you guys. AP, appreciate you, brother. Joseph, Daniel Dash, as always. Remember to brush teeth before bed. Stay hydrated. And I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.